Welcome to the Weekend Live Show. 508. We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. 508 is where I'm from. Let us know in the comments right now where you repping. Where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from.
Marshfield, New Bedford, Brockton, Malden, Tucsonville, Manchester, Albuquerque's in the Hampton, Hubbardston, Quincy, Hudson, Gardner, Manhattan, Conway, New Hampshire, the Garden City, Agawam, Mount Poiset, Plymouth, Pittsburgh, Lake Titicaca, Los Angeles.
Cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this cup, we left you catch in the ambulance.
You have a job? What do you do?
Leave your clothes, buddy, and then we're scooping up your pants. 508. Where I'm from, 508 is where I'm from.
You lived, I'd come to your house, I'd sit outside, roast marshmallows right in your fucking yard.
NFL on the house, come on down.
Let's get this party started, shall we?
Hey, what's up, Turtle Riders? How's everyone doing tonight? Good, excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your fearless host. They call me Uncle Turtleboy around here. You can call me Aidan or Clarence or whatever you want to call me. It really doesn't matter. Or Turtleboy, my proper name doesn't really matter to me. But anyway, so welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. If it's your first time here, or if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button as well as hitting the notification bell. We do this every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. But we also do some impromptu lives once in a while. And you're going to want to hit the notification bell if that happens because they're random and they're usually the best ones, quite frankly. So make sure you're doing that. And we do a Thursday night stream as well, but you have to join Turtle Club. We'll explain what that is a little bit later. If you want to join Turtle Club, it's in the bio below. All the descriptions to share this stream. Please share the stream. Hit that on all the social media if you're on there. It's all linked in the bio below in the description. You can follow us on podcasts, you name it. It's all in there. But yeah, share it all and make sure you hit that thumbs up button and do us a favor and leave a comment after the show because we're told that helps with the algorithms. So yeah, we're pretty close to being on time. 9:02, not too shabby. My goal is to be here at 9 o'clock every night, like pretty consistently. So yeah. Okay. We got Deb, producer Deb. How you doing, Deb?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we're gonna start with the story out of Abington tonight, and then after that we'll do a little explanation, and then we're gonna do the Manchester story after that. So okay. I got it on my end just because there's a video. So I'm just gonna bring it up on my end.
Follow along on this side.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, guys. So anyway, guys, welcome. Let's just jump right into this. First story here. All right. So in the little town of Abington, right next to Brockton, the town of Abington, I've been there before. It's fine. It's not too nice, not too bad. And it is not too liberal either as far as Massachusetts goes. I think it's like, Biden won this town, but he won with like 55%. And in Massachusetts, that's not too bad. It's like kind of a victory. It's below average for a Biden victory in Massachusetts. So it's not like some communist haven. But as we've seen, a lot of these school boards, even in conservative towns, are run by communists. And we've seen what they're attempting to do with our children. They want to get them young and they want to brainwash them. And they want to do that with critical race theory. That was kind of more the buzz last year. But now it's this whole gender nonsense that there's 85 genders and counting, and that little children are free to choose their own genders and make some serious life-altering decisions at a very young age, and which can be very, very dangerous. So how do they do it? They use literature. Now, we've seen that book Genderqueer before, that weird animated porn book where it shows a boy fantasizing about providing fellatio to another boy. It's cartoons, but it still seems rather inappropriate to have literally, pictures of kids fellating each other in a book that is inside a school. But they want them in schools because, this is weird. Like, let's just be honest. Like, this is fucking weird. This is not regular sex ed. When you and I were in sex ed, and when I took sex ed in the 90s, it was controversial. It was kind of like new. And you teach, but it was also like right around Magic Johnson got AIDS. Remember when Magic got AIDS? He's still alive. and teen pregnancy was a problem. So basically the goal of sex ed back then, and I don't have a problem with it, is to keep kids from getting pregnant. I think that's a good goal to have. Like, don't get pregnant. Because we know they're going to bang, right? And there's very little we can, like, we wish they wouldn't bang, but they're going to bang because that's how they are. They're horny and there's really not much, science takes over after a while. They're going to do it. And I think the best thing that we can do as parents is, help give them the obvious. Like, I think most kids know how not to get pregnant. They're not stupid. But for those that don't, maybe just be like, here's a condom. Yeah, you're going to want to throw one of those on there. And then, or just pull out or whatever you want to do. Because, like, here's how you get pregnant. This is how people get pregnant in case you don't know. And then, they maybe don't have sex with the community whore because that's how you get monkeypox. I don't know. It seems like the basics of sex ed. That's what it used to be. But it's not that anymore. It's the transgenders have taken over and it's turned into this whole thing where there's this weird obsession with making sure that kids not only practice safe sex, but like really, really enjoy it. Like, come hard. They want the kids to come harder than us, which seems unfair, quite frankly. I mean, we just were taught like, here's how it's done. And then you boom, finish, and then it's over. Then now it's like, well, here's how you can come really hard. And I'm not exaggerating this at all. That's literally what this book here is about. That's the new kind of genderqueer, what's hot in the streets in the activist community. So it's written by this British activist by the name of Juno Dawson. It's called This Book is Gay. And if Libs of TikTok is talking about it, it's hot in the streets because they got 1.4 million followers and they're kind of all over this. Them and Matt Walsh are kind of like the cultural leaders in this sort of stuff. And people are discovering it on shelves of their children's schools and they're bringing it up like this woman did here in Virginia.
Before my 2-minute starts, I want to give any parent with a child in the chamber to remove them if they would choose to do so. No, start 2 minutes.
Go ahead and with your speech.
Not until it's reset to 2 minutes. Alrighty, This Book is Gay by Juno Dawson was found in a 7th grade classroom at Collinswood Middle School. It was also on the ELA recommended reading list for 7th graders at J.M. Robinson. I'm going to read from chapter 9, The Ins and Outs of Gay Sex, starting at page 201, part 1, Boy on Boy Sex. Perhaps
you guys can't hear it?
Skill you will master as a gay.
You guys can't hear that? Is that right? Can you guys hear that? I mean, I see Carrie saying they can't hear. Can you guys hear this? I don't want to play it if we can't hear it. Can we get a roll call? Can we hear that, guys? You can hear. Okay. All right. You're messing me up, Carrie. All right. So we're going to go back to mine.
Gay or Bi Man is a timeless classic. The hand job. Good news is you can practice it on yourself. The bad news is each guy has become very used to his own way of getting himself off. Learning how to find a partner's personal style can take ages, but it can be very rewarding when you do. Something they don't teach you in school is that in order to be able to come at all, you or your partner may need to finish off with a handy. A lot of people find it hard to come through other types of sex. That is fine and certainly not something you have to apologize for. A good handy is all about the wrist action. Rub the head of his cock back and forth with your hand. Try different speeds and pressures until he responds positively. A bad handy is grasping a penis and shaking it like a ketchup bottle. Finally, my misunderstanding about rubbing two peens together wasn't far off the mark. Rubbing them together in one hand feels awesome. Mega combo handy, trademark pending. It's no wonder that 92% of CMS graduating seniors aren't college or career ready when you're instructing. Okay. And no part of that was an exaggeration. That is literally all in the book. And we've seen here some of the things that are in this book here. Here's a diagram of the human body that says of the male body that says he likes to have his prostate gland massaged up his eight. And by the way, it seems kind of transphobic, even though this person was transgender. Here is a diagram of a boy. How do we know it's a boy? Because it has a penis. I thought that was the whole thing now, that the penis doesn't define who you are, but I guess it does sometimes. So if you are a boy, so
He likes to have his prostate gland massaged up his anus. That's great. Sex doesn't end with your dick. That's wonderful. Children reading this. A gentle spring breeze can give most of us a stiffy. That's how you know it's immature, too. Is like they're calling it stiffies and stuff. It's like, can you at least call it an erection? Can we at least pretend that this is supposed to be educational as opposed to a joke? Because that's the way you're treating this, like a joke, a stiffy. And notice how feel nice is the biggest thing there. Feel nice. That was never in sex ed in the 90s. Because, again, the purpose was to not end up like Magic Johnson or get pregnant. But now it's like, we want to make sure you guys have a great cum shot there. Like, we want to make sure it feels really good. So we're going to teach you how to, that's freaking creepy. If you think that's normal to like tell kids, like, here's how you come hard, you're a creep. That's so weird. Shame on you. Like, you're really freaking weird. That's not normal. That's not progressive. That's not woke. That's not inclusive. You're weird. You're telling kids how to come hard. Stop. Don't do that anymore. Jesus Christ. That's not controversial. Another passage about the handies that she just read explained. And the mega combo handy, I mean, that's new. I've seen a lot of weird shit on a lot of weird sites, okay? I've never seen the mega combo handy ever. I've seen the DP, right? We've all seen that before. We've seen some wacky shit, some Eiffel Towers, you name it. Bukkake. But the mega so he grabs them both in one hand. I guess that disqualifies Kenny Pickett, but use lube with circumcised underage boys. That's wonderful. Blowies are when you pop another dude's peen in your mouth. That's great. That's wonderful. Doing the sex, and it explains all that stuff. Now we have here, the book tells boys to avoid taking money shots in their mouth. Well, that's great. To get away from the, quote, volcano before it explodes. Talks about bumming, which is anal sex between boys. That's great. And get the willy up his bum. Okay. And then he has a whole book here about the male. So this is the guy who wrote this book. Says it's called The Ins and Outs of Gay Sex. The chapter is about sex. Therefore, it has sex in it. Well, duh. If you're a younger reader and feel you aren't ready for the finer details, then skip this whole chapter. Who's going to skip it? What kid is going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to tap out now? They're like, no, this is what I came here to do. See the crazy shit. However, before you do, I'd like to remind you that we taught you all about straight sex when you were 10 years old during year 6. The fact that they didn't also teach you about same-sex couples is nothing less than institutionalized homophobia. No, it's not. Because that's where babies come from, stupid. That's why we need to learn about heterosexual sex, because we're trying to stop people from getting pregnant. Bumming doesn't end in pregnancy. Like, that's the beauty of two gay men, is like, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant. Okay? Just don't get monkeypox. That should be the overriding goal, which seems to be a problem in some places, but nobody ever tells them to stop for some reason, because that's homophobic. Straight sex was presented as the norm to make 5% of the pop. First of all, it is the norm. Like, let's be very clear about it. There's nothing wrong with homosexuality, but it's not the norm. Straight sex is the norm. We know this because it fits perfectly. Okay. It's like literally a perfect match for each other. It's like two batteries, that have the positive and the negative end together. Gay people, it's two positives together. Okay. It's not the norm. It's not how we were made. But it's how you were, it's like what you were designed to do. And so God bless you, do whatever you want. But let's stop pretending like the norm isn't heterosexual sex. If the norm wasn't heterosexual sex, the human race would stop reproducing. So let's be real about that. If there is something icky about gay sex, is there something wrong with it? I mean, there's something icky about it. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Do gay people think that heterosexual sex is icky? Because I mean, I'll never not think gay sex is not icky. I'll never not think that. Okay. And that's fine. There's some heterosexual people. Some of y'all are into feet, quite frankly. And I think that's nasty. You feet people. Carrie T's. No, just kidding. Some of you people, is Ralph. Is Ralph still around? Some of you people are into some weird shit, and I think that's icky too. But that's fine. That's the beauty of it all. You've seen me, unfortunately, some of you people, and you've seen what I'm into. We're all into different shit. We all think each other is icky, and that's okay too, to think other people are icky. Anyway, it goes on. This is the most disturbing part to me. The sex apps part. because in the sex app part, they're talking about how to put yourself on there. And number 3 says the app tells you who the nearest homosexuals are. Guys, how many pedophile poachers have we had on here? If you guys haven't seen these before, there's these vigilante groups on YouTube. They pretend to be 14-year-old boys on Grindr, and they make profiles, and the pedos just come out of the woodwork. There's so many pedos near you don't even realize it. They prey on little boys on Grindr, and they always try to. They send them some nasty shit. I mean, Jay from Mass Predator Poachers has caught like 500 of these guys. They're never ending, and they all live within like a 20-mile radius of Leominster. So they're out there. We should not be encouraging children to go on gay dating apps. That should be an obvious one. And then there's the girl on girl stuff. He talks about that the search for the G-spot is ongoing. I didn't know that. I thought I found that a long time ago, but I guess I was wrong. Then it goes, the women also enjoy anal sex. Some more than others. Women agree putting things in their vagina feels very nice indeed. Okay, that's wonderful. And blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's talk about Abington here. So this is the library in Abington. And I guess Abington, we're going to bring on a parent in a couple minutes and maybe she can clarify. But to me, my understanding of this is that this is a joint library between the middle school and the high school. So I've seen some people say, oh, Turtleboy, you're spreading misinformation. It's actually the high school library. Well, I don't care if the middle school kids have access to it, then it's a middle school library for all intents and purposes. And we're going with that. Okay. So nice try. So we posted here. So it's right in there. And this a parent by the name of Jamie sees it. And she goes to speak at a school committee meeting on September 28th. Now, I won't play the whole thing because it'll be here all night. But basically, she gets up there and she calls attention to this. She had already called attention to it at that point. She had already had a meeting with the principal at that point, and the principal was in shock when he saw it. Shock. And so he decides, like, okay, we're going to take this down. The superintendent agrees to take it down. But then she finds more books that she's like, well, what else is in here? And she starts searching. She finds more shit. And so she brings it up at the committee meeting about the process of this, that we need to start getting rid of this. Now, the left will call this book burning. They love to just reframe the conversation. They like to call it, you're trying to censor us. You're trying to cancel us. You're trying to call this, this is how the Nazis started. They burned books. They took them off shelves. They want to make it seem like that. They do the same thing with critical race theory, right? You're trying to stop kids from learning about racism and slavery. No, that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying not to let communists lie to them and fill their minds with misinformation. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to regulate it a little bit because you're trying to brainwash our kids, okay? And we have a right to know what is going on in our schools because our taxes pay for it, whether or not you even have kids in it. So it gets them taken down, and they don't like this. They don't like this at all. And so they start this woman here by the name of Heather Sage Hartery, who, I mean, guys, we just see her, the COVID vaccine thing there. And, I got my shot. I'm surprised I don't see like a Ruth Bader Ginsburg one. They're all the same. The I Save France one in 2015. They always have the same ones. So this tells you, I know everything I need to know about her just by this. That tells me literally everything I need to know about this woman. So I know she's going to have a problem with this book. And she does. And she immediately goes the next day. She goes, don't want your kids to read certain books? Don't let them read them. But don't take them away from everyone else. What a stupid, ignorant, let's try to get this, let's kids read Mein Kampf and let them join. Right. What a stupid, ignorant take that is. This whole like, well, your kids don't have to read them. Well, then let's put Penthouse Forum letters on there. Right. They still make Playboys. Let's put some of them up there. If your kids don't like it, they don't have to read it. What? I mean, have they thought this argument through? Most of us so far in Abington. So she starts this group called like, I don't even know what it's called. Social justice, blah, blah, blah. Most of us so far in Abington, where a book from the high school library is currently pulled from the shelves for depictions of LGBTQ sex. No, it's the fact that they're telling children the proper way to have maximum orgasm inducing handjobs. That's, I think, the most objectionable part about that. Okay. And telling them to go on gay dating apps, that too, where they can become bait for pedophiles. So we need to organize and stand up to the censorship. So they have this woman on the school committee in Abington You cannot make this up, guys. Her last name is Groom. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, her name is Groom. You have to be kidding me. Okay. Her name is literally Groom. So there's Groom. And she's angry. Like, she's like looking at this. She's like, what? You want to take porn out of school, away from kids? That's her angry face. That's her face. Like, how dare you try to take porn away from kids' face? Like, no, I will not allow it. And anyway, she's all mad about it. And she posts about how LGBTQ, they're trying to make it about LGBTQ. It's not about that. It's just about, like, we not tell kids how to maximize hand jobs and go on gay dating apps? Like, can we not? Like, that seems like no. So Jamie is very well known to us on the school committee. We know her agenda. Very well known to us. You serve her, stupid. You're an elected official in her town. You probably collect a small stipend, which is paid for by her. You're acting like she has every right to speak. She's very well known. Well, that's probably good. The fact that you know who she is means she's an active parent and she actually gives a shit and she stands up to you people. But they hate that. They hate that. Just more evidence that this is a coordinated effort. I found it. And what do you think you're doing? Like, what do you think you're doing right now? You're involved in a coordinated effort. Now, the really inappropriate part is where this woman comes in. Her name is Melissa Manley. She's a para, like not even a real teacher at Abington. And she's literally saying here, I'm concerned about the committee to review the contested books. A school committee member is on it, supposed to be on it. So there's one member of the committee, I guess, who's like normal. And they're worried about her because God forbid a normal person be on there. They won't let us have porn in the schools. Okay. So Groomer over here is saying, and a member of our school committee, as you know, is probably in it as well. She's pushing a lot of this. When is she up for re-election? And so this is the big problem here. She's saying Abington teachers and students wear rainbows tomorrow. Students are showing up to support for the GSA and LGBTQ students against book bans. So now this is what really pisses me off. And this should literally be illegal. This is the biggest problem, is using students as political pawns for you. Okay. That is not your job. It's not your job. And she's posting here pictures. Notice the flag. Those flags should not be allowed in public schools because that's a political flag. Don't tell me it's like some LGBTQ quality. No, it's not that. We know exactly what that flag means. It's a flag of the Democratic Party. That's what that is. It is a partisan flag. Okay. You're not going to let us fly the thin blue line flag. You can't fly that one, period. And notice, so she's having kids pose for these pictures, saying some great pics of the kids with great rainbows and gay cover art. And, oh, God. Have kids read this book is gay. Then this moron comes in, Alex Haggerty, a Republican, mind you. He's a selectman. And I've dealt with this guy before, we're going to see. He's saving Ukraine, so he's a neocon. There he is with Bill Weld, who actively campaigned against President Trump. That's great. And he's a Republican, allegedly, right? Oh, but he's pride. He's got pride. And so he's using like the left's terms here. You might as well go join their team because you're useless to us. And so she goes here. He goes in this group and he goes, thank you for adding me, Abington Selectman Alex Haggerty. And so Heather says, hi, Alex. I'm glad to see you would like to support this cause. As a public figure, can you tell us more about your position on books being removed from the school library? And let us know that you will keep this group's information private. So that means basically she's saying there, are you cool with the kiddie porn in the school? Do you want to remove it or not? His answer, as for censorship, I have never been in favor of censorship. There's a time, so you're not going to remove the kiddie porn. Sorry, Alex, you just go join the Democratic Party, man. We got no use for you anymore. We don't need weak people like you watering down conservatism because you're a joke. You're literally trying to suck up. Do you want the communists to like you? That's what this comes down to, huh? You want the kiddie porn enthusiast to like you? And that's all this comes down to, Alex. We know your type, pal. And by the way, this guy also defended Tom Mountain when the Tom Mountain weird shit came out, when he was like talking about strap-ons, and we all remember Tom Mountain talking to 14-year-old girls. And he goes, Tom, the scare tactics from individuals who don't know how to win races, hold on to seats, or merely get on the ballot, don't have a leg to stand on. Tom, you make it a point to. So how do you win? You win if you have to win races by supporting kiddie porn. Then we don't need you on our team, Bob. Tom, you make it a point to support all Republicans. Okay, so he's kissing a ass, and then he messages me. There's Tom Mountain's DMs. He messages me and he goes, good afternoon, Mr. Kearney. Thank you for your article today. I was deeply unaware of Tom Mountain's personal behavior, and I'm shocked and disgusted. My apologies for not seeing through the fog. but your apologies mean shit if your tendencies are to always fall for this shit, dude. Stop it. So I messaged Alex and I invited him on the show. He read my messages. He's ignoring them all because he's a coward. Again, he doesn't want to face up to what he's done. But we do have somebody here backstage. We're going to bring her on now. Jamie. She's kind of the person who has started this whole thing. I'm going to be honest. She was a little bit, I don't want to say nervous or like hesitant to come on because unfortunately that is a stigma that exists on our end. This idea that we have to be scared. It's like, no. We need to start turning that on them, guys. They're the ones who should be scared. They're the ones who should be shamed. They're the ones pushing kiddie porn in school. That is literally the most shameful thing that you can do. And they're proud of it. Why are we ashamed of anything? Makes no sense. So I'm going to bring her on now. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us about, when did you first discover this book in the shelves?
It was about a month ago. I don't remember the exact date, but I had been hearing about other books like this being found in other schools. So I started doing some research on what the books were, who the authors were and all that. And while I was doing my research, this book is gay cover was on my computer screen, and one of my 10-year-olds walked by and said, "Oh, that book's on display in our school."
It's kind of hard to miss. It's a loud cover.
Yes. So,
just to be clear, did I get that right? That the middle school and the high school share a library?
They do share a library. I'm told there is a high school only side, but this was displayed for all to see. I mean, my 10-year-old saw it because it was in the middle.
It was right. Yeah. Like it looked like it was in an island display and like an LGBT thing right in the middle of it. So it seemed pretty accessible.
Section, yes.
Yeah. So any kid could just go and pick that up or whatever. And so let me play devil's advocate for their side. Like they would argue, well, if your kid doesn't want it, they don't have to read it. Why should it be in schools, do you think? If your kids don't have to read it?
Well, why should it be on display too? Or why should what if a kid did want to read it and it was a 10-year-old kid and then all of a sudden, it gets to the how-to page and they're kind of blindsided by that. It's one thing if a 16-year-old sees it, which I personally still think it shouldn't be in any school. It's way too explicit.
Yeah.
But a baby, I mean, I'm thinking as a 10-year-olds are the babies of the school, and for them to stumble, I know if one of my daughters saw that, they would have been freaked out. I mean, they don't care about that book. But
this whole idea that like, well, they're going to see it anyway. It's like, but that doesn't mean that the school should facilitate it. No. Like the school should be like we all, like when we were kids, it was like, well, your kids are probably going to see porn, right? Before they're 18. Okay. That doesn't mean the school librarian should hand it out. And that it's just like, what world are we living in? So do you feel bullied by these people? Are they picking on you?
I mean, yeah, I don't really. Yeah. Yes. I mean, they're trying, I don't.
Yeah. Do you have any support? Like silent support? Does anybody vocally supporting you?
Plenty. Yes. But
okay.
The problem is it is silent. So, I'm the only one being, the so-called loudmouth about it, but I frankly don't care because
good.
This is lunacy.
Yeah. People of Abington, like you guys need to you can't have her alone doing this. Like it's not a town where I'm sure this would go over very popular with the entire community. Like everybody, I assume most people in Abington would have a problem with this, especially when you actually see what's inside that book, because they will try to frame this as anti-LGBTQ, but that's not how you view this.
They've labeled me as like a hateful.
Are you anti-LGBT? Are you?
No, I don't care about any of that stuff. I mean, I don't care about any of that. The book could have been called anything. It was the content inside of it that I didn't like. It could have been talking about heterosexual sex. Any kind of sex in that detail should not be in a school. It's just, for me, it's mind-boggling. I don't know. It's just, this is a clown world we're living in right now.
Right. So, anyway, are you? So it was put back on the shelf. It was taken down. And then the superintendent caved, is that right? And put it back on the shelf. Is that right?
Yeah, he read the book and hemmed and hawed about it, about, should I put it back? Should I not? And then came to the conclusion that because even though it has all of that stuff, it was telling the kids, but you shouldn't go on a sex app and you should be 18 and you shouldn't put your picture online. But to me, I'm like, yeah, it says that after it says, this is how it works. Number 1, upload a picture. Number 2, blah, blah, blah. Wear a condom if you're going to have sex. How are 2 girls going to wear a condom?
I don't know.
I mean,
is there a thing is there even safe sex with girls? I don't even know how that works.
I don't either. And,
it seemed like it was mostly a boy book. It wasn't like the girl thing. That was he just threw that in there because he doesn't have a girl body, so he doesn't know anything about female.
It was definitely more on the male side, but the superintendent put it back on the high school side.
Oh, but the middle school kids can walk over to the high school side, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see a
gate,
wall up or anything.
Yeah, so like a Berlin wall.
14-year-olds in the high school, and there's 15-year-olds in the high school.
That's true too. Yeah, why are we talking about high school kids like they're like adults? Like you're not an adult.
They're not.
Yeah,
they're
you're
children.
not. Yeah, they are children, exactly. And you have 5 or 6?
6.
And one set of triplets, right? I'm assuming. Because you said they were all 10, and that would be weird if they weren't. Okay, so I don't know how that works, but all right. So and you're obviously concerned about this now. There was a guy that spoke after you at the meeting too, right? And he seemed to be he was on your side as well.
I don't know him. I don't. And it seemed like his the thing that he was upset about was the GSA, and he was thinking, he was upset that the kids he was thinking or talking that the kids are getting filtered into this GSA rather than their parents being called and spoken to about it. And I don't know if I believe it, but everyone's saying, oh, because that guy spoke too, that's what made everyone think that I was trying to get rid of LGBTQ books, where I didn't say anything about. The only time I said the word gay was when I said the name of that book. And the other
the thing. It's like they wouldn't
books on the list too weren't I don't think, I haven't read all of them yet, but they weren't gay specific. It was just they had been flagged as being inappropriate too. Yeah, there was some rape scenes or incest or or some really just graphic discussions or whatever.
Because that's the thing. It's like they're framing it as LGBTQ, but like I got news for you people. Like handies, girls do those too. Like that works with heterosexuals too. So this, we're not objecting to the gay part. We're objecting to like the part where you were like, well, first you rub his cock tip. Like, I feel weird even saying this stuff, and we're putting this in books and kids are reading it. Jesus Christ. I mean, what is wrong with these people that they like this? So that's the thing. I think we need to know. I thank you very much for doing what you're doing, because we need to normalize normalcy. Like we need to get people to not be afraid to just come up there and say things that 99% of the population agrees with, but nobody's allowed to say.
Well, this is the thing. I think everybody's afraid because you do get attacked. But it's like, if you're not looking at that, it's all social media, really. I mean, so if you just don't listen to it, then it's not in your everyday life.
Or just like, who cares? Like, oh no, a communist doesn't like me. Oh no, I'm so mad. I guess
that manly woman was at this school committee meeting where I spoke. I don't know her, but I heard that she was there that day.
She should not be teaching. She is a danger to children. And
I agree with you.
And that's a real problem. So you should run for school committee, or you should get people to run for school committee. Because as you can see here, your school committee is no good. You have one good person on it. It looks like the rest are useless. And we need people with the spine to stand up and run. It's a town where that message would resonate with people. And I would encourage you or people, like-minded people, to also run. Have you thought about it?
Yes, I have a friend on the committee, Wendy, who, we're kind of grouped together, like where we have this crazy agenda where my agenda is to keep our freedoms and keep our kids innocent for as long as we possibly can.
Right.
And if they are going to be exposed to this stuff, which, you know, it happens as teenagers, but I don't want the school handing this shit to them. Like, what the hell? And the librarian was also involved in this.
Yeah, I heard she was too. I didn't see any of her comments. Like, you know, there's only so many people I could get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It's always the librarians.
Really unbelievable. I'm surprised that these people still have jobs, to be quite honest with you.
I'm not, unfortunately, because people that run the school, like for years, our schools have been run by people like this. And finally, I think it was COVID that really got people to start noticing and standing up and going to meetings and saying no more masks, no more critical race theory, no more the book is gay, like no more, like, because they'd been doing it for so long without us knowing, because shame on us, we weren't paying attention, but now we are, and we're woke and we're based and we're not going to take it anymore. So it is what it is. So thank you for leading the movement in Abington. Thank you for coming on the show too. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, she was cool. Good lady right there, Deb. Yeah.
We have some screenshots from Instagram feedback you got on that.
Oh, can we see some?
There.
Oh, yeah, nice. Let's see some. I love these.
I was waiting for you to take a breath, so I didn't have a chance.
Oh yeah. I was on a roll there.
I figured I'd let you go. Let's see. Give me a second.
Cool. Let's see what people are saying in the comments there. Vote them out. It seems like she went out. People liked her in the comments. That's cool. Oh, the Celtics one. That's nice. Thank you, Jamie. Take care. See, you are like Jamie. If you're still watching, you are like people that matter. Like, and like, this is not. We're a pretty laid back crowd here. They'll say, you know what they're gonna say. They're gonna be like, oh, she went on Turtleboy show. He's a white supremacist and he's a transphobe. As soon as you realize that they're just making this shit up as they go along and their words are meaningless, you'll stop caring about things they say. Okay, so what is this person saying? They're going, get a life. Bald.
I don't know why they called you bald.
I think you meant to say bud. Your lack of facts in this is real news. Is music. Yeah, a lot of people were saying that about this. Is that I got it wrong. Like, what did I get wrong exactly? Okay, they didn't articulate. What else we got here? He says, I would recommend you fact check your posts. I agree it doesn't belong in a middle school. Okay, so we agree. But it was in a high school library. First of all, it doesn't belong in a high school either.
Uh-oh.
But they share, there's no Berlin Wall there. Her 10-year-old saw it. Therefore, as far as I'm concerned, it's in a middle school library. Attention was drawn to it when people decided it needed to be taken out. Seeing your background and now you've been sued before, you probably can't go within 100 feet. You're messing up fake scandals, buddy. Okay. The two scandals you're thinking of is you're calling me a pedophile on one hand, okay, and you're also talking about civil lawsuits on another. You're combining two fake things into one thing, and it just came out all wrong. I would recommend to older audiences, 18 to mid-20s. Yeah, okay.
So you're agreeing. It shouldn't be in a fucking high school or a middle school.
Unless you're in Brockton, the kids are not in their 20s in high school, okay? So let's be real there. If you're made, there's, I think he said mad. There's a diagram of a vagina. Just wait until you hear about anatomy and physiology. Yeah, like I have no problem learning about the vagina. I think the problem there is when they talk about like ways to stimulate the clitoris. Like that seems unnecessary.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You'll figure that out in time, children. Trust me. Like you'll figure it out. She'll tell you.
Or you won't.
But yeah, or you won't, or you won't, or you won't, or you won't, and she'll just fake it, and then things are fine. Okay.
Move on. It's cool. You'll learn eventually.
Christ. She'll find some other guy. Trust me. You know? Okay. You'll trial and error. All right. So that's enough. Hand job talk. So let's go on to the next story here. Bob, before we move on, guys, let me just quick announcement, guys. If you, I have a freestyle rap scheduled for the end of this. If we can get $200 in the Donos, we can unlock it. So unfortunately, we are banned from monetizing this YouTube channel because I have opinions about the COVID jab that were unpopular with the Biden administration. So they no longer allowed us to monetize the channel. So you will have to donate through this. We built our own monetization function. It's called Turtle Chat. Linked at the top of this chat, there's a button there. You can click on that. You can donate whatever amount of money you want. When you do that, you get to write a message. I will then get an email notification about that, and I will bring your message up to the forefront. We already got one here. So let me read this here. First dono of the night comes from Where'd it go? Right here. Comes from Jenna Jameson. Oh, nice. Jenna's here. Sweet. She says, all porn must be read in Tom Mountain. Yes. Please. I should have read that whole book in Tom
You
Mountain
really
voice.
should have. I mean,
I know.
Everybody's fiending now, see?
Well, Tom Mountain voice is also slow, so it takes a long time.
3-hour show because you're like slow.
You must stimulate the clitoris like I do. No, Tom Mountain. Take it easy, Tom Mountain. Relax there. So yeah, that's how it's done. So we're $50. Thank you very much, Jenna. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're still in the biz. If anybody else would like to donate, if we can get 150 more, we can unlock the freestyle I got at the end. And we'll do it that way. Okay.
Donate on Cash App.
Or Cash App. Thank you very much. $ Uncle Turtleboy. Oh, and we didn't even do a roll call, guys. Let's start with this. Every episode we do this on the weekends. A little thing called Where Are You Reppin'? Let us know in the comments right now. Where are you watching the Turtleboy live show from tonight? Go ahead. If we donate, yes, it will. Cash App and the Turtle Chat all go towards the 200. I will get a notification on the Cash App as well if you do it that way. Okay. We got 10 from 7 Pounder already. He says, for Donald D. Pay, Mr. N, I'm looking for you. So thank you very much there. So we're up to 60 there. Okay, New Bedford's in the house. West Quincy, Framingham, Nashua, Tucson, Naples, Florida, Fall River, West Quincy, Stoughton, Taunton, Glendale, Arizona, Nashua, Framingham, Wakefield, Springfield, Massachusetts, Weymouth, Baltimore, Bunny Jugs, Cleavage, Mashpee, Stoughton, Massachusetts, Dudley, Massachusetts, Nashua, Brockton, Fitchburg, Hudson, New Hampshire, Braintree, Plymouth, Chille's Grundlesleeve, a Unity, Maine, a 7 Pounder. Let's see. Long Island is here. We have Artie's Waffle House with Deb. Nice. Unk's Bed waiting to give a mind-blowing handy. Jesus Christ. Make sure you read that book first. Webster's in the house. London is here. The Bunker at Apache Pass. Norfolk, Virginia. That's a new one. Annapolis is here. Tampa, Florida, another Stoughton, unless it's the same one I keep seeing. Redondo Beach is here. Alex's is here. Quincy, Norwood, West Tisbury's in the house. Michigan, Raising Kate Peters Kids. Could be anywhere. So somebody sent me a message that says she's suing me. I can't. Oh, I wish she would. Oh dear, Kate, please do it. I dare you. Okay, so that's that. Anyway, let's. People are saying, I guarantee you that Itchy Balls person was Heather Hardery. Multiple people are saying that. Is there a person in the?
Jamie said that.
Yeah, well, other people are sending me the same thing. That they're saying that is there an account called Itchy Balls in the comments? I didn't read the comments. If they said something negative.
No, I think they mean the Instagram that I just put up.
Oh, the Instagram one. You think that's her?
No followers and no friends.
What makes? Couldn't it be anyone though? I mean, couldn't be any.
I guess so.
Activist?
Yeah, but I guess.
It sounded like her. It had her mannerisms.
That's what, Jamie even said that. So
interesting. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go on to the next topic. I want to talk about the New Hampshire one, the Manchester one. And let's see. I got the video, so I'm just going to bring it up on my end. Give me one moment. And because these people said that they might come on. I think we might get a phone call here with this one. I don't know where the mom is. She said she was going to come on at 9:30. I don't see her, but that's okay because we didn't get her on time. Okay, so I did this one last night. I saw this video that was making the rounds out of Manchester. It was posted by this gentleman right here, who obviously looks like the poster child for a half-completed GED. His name is Justin Laflamme. He's a grown man with a flat brimmed hat with a sticker still on it, so life is clearly going great for him. He posts 2 of Manchester Police Department's finest abusing they power, thinking because they have a badge and gun, they can do what they want to people. They had no reason arresting and punching and elbow and kneeing and ribs. He wasn't resistant or nothing. Y'all just mad. Thank God it was filmed for my wife's best friend sake. Let's make this go viral, please. So that's kind of English. So let's watch some of this together. It's like an 11-minute clip. I'm just going to show you some highlights here. So they got this guy pinned down here. We don't know who this guy is yet.
Stop hurting him.
Stop hurting him.
Put your fucking hands on your back. Put your fucking hands on your back. Stop hurting him. Yo, stop hurting him. Alex, get somebody over here, man. Get somebody over here. Put some weight. I can't fucking breathe. Yo, get off of him. Stop. Put your fucking hands. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back.
Okay, so first of all, notice how his legs are like kicking and flailing. But
yeah,
he's
which is the
not,
reason you're pinned.
Yeah, it's totally not resisting. And this, I'm not a cop, but I'm assuming this is in their training, whatever they're doing there. Okay. I can't breathe, yet I'm yelling so loudly.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, how are you yelling?
Yeah. Notice how he's like trying to pull his hand back, and it's not working. That's called resisting. He is resisting arrest.
No! What the fuck?
What the fuck? I mean, imagine working in this type of environment. Like, you're just trying to arrest some shitbag, and he won't comply.
Head off the sidewalk.
And you're just like all these ratchets in their pajamas. You know they're all in their pajamas.
At least it's nighttime this time, though, so it's not like super ratchet. It's not like 12 where they all roll out with slippers on and shit.
I guarantee a lot of them were wearing slippers, and they were probably just, you know, you can hear the Newport lights in their voices.
Everyone had a cigarette.
Get off of him! Get off my boy!
No! He's not doing anything! You have him down!
Yes, but he's not under arrest yet, stupid. That's the problem.
Not trying to get up when they're trying to get him up. That would be dead weight.
He is down. He is down. You got that. Nothing gets by you, sir.
Have anything on me? On the sidewalk.
I'm suing you.
Oh, you guys are great at capturing that license plate, man.
Daniel, I'm gonna stand you up. You hear me? We're gonna lean you over to your right and then stand you up. Ready?
Here we go. Look at that. Look at this guy.
Dead waiting. Dead waiting.
Bro.
I can't breathe.
I still can't breathe for no apparent fucking reason.
What the fuck?
Why'd you run if you can't breathe?
He was breathing real good when he ran. Like, real good.
For what reason?
Why are you telling me to shut the fuck up, bro? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You fucking, like, this guy knows where he's
how
going.
big he was either until he got him up.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Like that.
He's a big fatty.
Yeah.
Wait, understand? Are you?
Oh, this.
You know that, right? On the ground, you faggot.
On the, he goes, I'm gonna get you on the ground, faggot.
You know that, right? We're gonna need somebody to come back. No, ain't no body cam, you fucking bitch. No, my nigga. Are you fucking target? Bro, keep pushing. Stop fucking pushing. I guarantee you take your stuff out there.
I'll whoop your fucking ass, bro.
Pussy ass man. He's like, what? I'm telling you?
Bro, fucking bitch me.
That racist black officer, damn it.
No, that's why don't you go? Summer.
I want to see the part where he talks with the cigarette.
Beating the fuck out of him, bashing his head in for no reason.
Oh, for no reason, right? Yeah.
No, they got it for no fucking reason. They were just punching in the fucking.
Yeah, no reason. Okay, there.
Probably like 9 children are out there watching too.
I know.
Set my fucking head off the ground, my nigga. Yes.
Got it on video. Definitely got it on video.
Oh, no way.
She's so proud of herself.
Yeah, we're really proud of you. Congratulations on your Obama phone.
They're all
Nothing
like, yeah,
gets-
that's cool.
Yeah, these cops are just like, look at them. They found something in that pocket.
I've been running so many roll up like that.
It wasn't
Like
his
if the cops, first of all, the fact that the cops are like looking for him and they see him and he runs, like, you're up to something.
Yeah.
And they obviously know who you are. They're there for a reason. Like, they're not just picking on you for no reason. Before I even found out who this guy was, I knew that.
Yeah, the video conveniently starts while they've already got him in custody.
Right.
You don't see the prior, so you know he's at fault.
Look at you all. You look like a fucking. Oh.
I have a backpack. I have a backpack.
He dropped his backpack.
No, he didn't.
I guarantee there was drugs or something in there.
Dropped it into the bushes.
Yeah, they're dry. Yeah, they're lying.
I watched him walk over. He didn't have a backpack. Are you guys shooting me?
Now watch the guy come down and go. Stop fucking with me right now. Don't even do this. Shut up! Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Maybe if I get louder, they'll just say, fuck it, you win. Let me go.
Yeah.
They're standing up. Do me again, motherfucker. You ain't gonna do it right now, right?
Can't breathe, but give me a cigarette.
Yeah, this is the part, I think. I gotta, it's just like, what? Just another Tuesday night.
Hurry up before the wagon.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here he goes. This is the part.
Yo, can one of y'all light me a cigarette real quick?
I would have laughed in his fucking face so hard if I was a cop.
Like, hurry up before the wagon gets
I'm
here.
not trying.
Before the wagon.
No, are you fucking serious?
He's like, are you fucking serious?
Bro, I'm asking you, can I have one cigarette?
Oh, he's asking.
Oh, it gets all calm and pleased there.
He's asking,
Dude,
guys.
Like, yeah, I thought you couldn't breathe, bro.
Has that ever happened before?
No need.
Dude,
No.
what?
Has that ever happened before where they're like, oh, yeah, you can have a cigarette?
Sometimes I've seen like on TV and shit. I've seen them like let some. If they're not combative, I've seen people like in custody like smoking.
How's he gonna smoke a
wait while they're
cigarette
waiting.
if he's handcuffed?
No, they light him for. They'll put it in his mouth, light it, and he leaves.
They're gonna pull it out every time.
Sometimes, like I've seen, they go no, they fucking pound that shit. If they have a cigarette while they're in custody, they suck that whole thing down and they're done.
Wow.
They don't need to fucking take breaks.
He's like genuinely shocked. They won't let him.
Exactly. They do. I definitely do. But before we all get arrested, I'm gonna walk myself back on private property.
Peel, say it right, motherfucker. P-I-H-L.
So his name's Peel. They know his name. They already know his name.
Bro, I'm asking you one fucking thing.
Listen, I'm asking you one thing.
Like, seriously.
Like, seriously. I
I
can't have one cigarette.
Oh man,
I thought
concerned for your health. I can't let that
I was
happen.
already on the fucking ground.
somebody made a good point. They're like, wait a minute, you can't breathe, but you want a cigarette?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
I'm
lots
saying.
of sense. Okay. All right. So anyway, there he is. So we find out afterwards that the guy's name, by the way, I love this part where he's like, they're like, we got it on film. And the cop's like, we have body cameras on.
So do we.
And then he goes, where the fuck is it? And he's like, right here on my body.
In my chest, right there.
Yeah, that's why they call it a body cam, because it's on my body. And I love how he's like, yo,
man bun, dude, from like the distance. That's huge.
that is a big man bun. That's quite
big.
the. He also complains that like, pull my pants up. It's like, bitch, like you don't walk around with your pants down every day. Stop it. Anyway, it was shared like
run, dude. It was like they were dropping.
He's like, it was shared like 100 something times. All these people, and one of them was Mom, Mal Walker. What happened with my kid? Still mad as hell at that video of my son. I don't care what he had or did in this direction. All police departments are taking out. You don't care what he had or did. That kind of sums it up right there. Like, I really don't care. Like, your son is a criminal and you don't care about what he did. That doesn't matter to you. You just want to yell at the police for doing the job. Here, let me use full force and be justified. Yes. How many more people need to be beat, maced, tased, or worse? A lot, quite frankly. Accidentally shot and killed. Okay, no one's going to kill your stupid son, okay? Anyway, it would not be a big loss because your son is a waste of space who, if you search for Daniel Peel, P-I-H-L, the dude was literally a few years ago involved in an armed standoff in Manchester that required the SWAT team. So, yeah. And he's been involved in several other assault and batteries, you name it. This guy's got freaking drugs. He's a piece of shit. And the cops, obviously, in Manchester know him very well. That's why they see him walking along with a backpack in probably a very high crime area. And they wanted to talk to him, and motherfucker runs. And you know that guy doesn't run very often. So it didn't end very well for him.
Or very far.
Yeah. I said the same thing. How are you going to put your hands behind your back? Two motherfuckers sitting on you. Well, they tried. And so I respond and I said, you're a complete failure as a mother. You raised a waste of space, gun-toting shithead. Bow your head in shame. That's the thing. It's like, if that's your kid, if your kid is like, if my kid ever grows up to be in armed standoffs and be featured in videos like that, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know them. That's someone else's kid. I don't know that kid. I don't know who that kid. That's not my boy. I'd never seen that kid before. That must have been the one that Kate Peter took away. I don't know. It must be one of Kate Peter's kids. I don't know. So yeah, look who showed up in the comments too. Did you see who showed up in the comments? Joe Hart, aka Joe Orga. Haven't heard him in a while. And that, so he showed up there and they're like, yeah, that's my son, blah, blah, blah. We all remember Joe Orga, right?
Oh, yeah. How can you not? That man can rip it.
Joe Orga. Okay, there he is. So he showed up in the comments. And then Mal Walker says, this is all one sentence. And just look at it in its glory, folks. Just look at this masterpiece here. Let me read it in ratchet voice. Okay, ready? Centigraph voice.
Take a deep breath.
Just got off the phone with Manchester Police Department, but of course nobody can talk to you about what's going on. Their hands are tied at the moment. So let's say next Friday when I arrive in Manchester Saturday morning, they're going to have a visit from a very pissed off mother. And I also let them know that's the video of every angle before and during, after all that BS they put my son through. Although I don't care what they did to my boy. I don't care what his charges are. You don't do that, something like that to somebody. And this is the reason why police departments are going straight to hell. I have no respect for anything that has to do with Manchester. Nothing. I'm thankful to everybody that got a video. And trust me, and when I land in Manchester next week, I want to talk to anybody and everybody that saw what happened. As a matter of fact, hit Daniel Peel's mother up right now. If you think I'm pissed, you have no idea right now. Okay. So the best part about that was when she said, let's just say next Friday when I arrive in Manchester Saturday. What? Next Friday when I arrive in Manchester Saturday. What? What?
Okay.
Are Friday and Saturday the same day now? I don't know. But yeah, so that's quite the word salad there. Anyway, did you see the things I posted on Facebook there about this incident? Some of the messages. Have you seen these, Deb?
Yeah, like Dana, like the cousin and stuff.
Oh, not like I'm talking about. Is that what I posted on the Facebook page? I forget. So I got a couple here. Let me bring up what I got here. I got a couple screenshots here. Hold on. So I got a message from a cousin here. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, but this is Frankie Robitelli. So, and I don't know who this guy is, but he goes, Bud.
It's his cousin, I think.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Oh, it's his cousin. Okay. If you post my girl's name on any of your posts, because we share the video with my brother. So I don't know who your girl is, but I want to know her name now so I can post it. Because when you tell me not to, that's like an invitation to do it. With my brother that got assaulted by the police, there will be legal consequences. Just because you're white and you think you got a privilege, doesn't mean shit. Your mom and dad probably raped you. Whoa. And you probably rape kids too, because you look like a pedophile. Fuck. And go ahead and post all you want, because I will be posting you. Okay, I don't know what he's getting at. It was there. I think he had more somewhere.
Yeah, there was more.
Yeah, there was. Okay, here he goes. He goes. I will give you my attorneys your information that I have on Facebook. Funny how you live in Mass and you're running your mouth about stuff out here you don't even know about. Have a good day. Stay white, dumbass. Okay, I guess I'll stay white. Also, I would like to add, I bet you're 10-1 if it was one of your white family members. I mean, this guy's white too.
Are you just gonna say?
I think, yeah, it looks white. You be crying up a storm. What, because he's black? You think he's a criminal? No, I think he's a criminal because of his extensive criminal background. Yeah, I think that was more. I think that was more to do with it than his race, but that's just me. Hilarious. The kid has no felonies. Yeah, he does actually. That whole arm standoff. Either do some more research, you fucking dumbass, because again, you won't like the end result if you keep posting about my family. Oh, this is more. He had more. Frankie had a lot to say.
Yeah, he just had a big one.
Go ahead and post all you want, because I will be posting you're real tough over the internet. Maybe if you knew the whole story, you shut your fucking mouth, okay? And yes, the mother is coming down, because I don't care who you are. It does not give you these fake ass cops the right to beat the shit out of anybody, and you can't resist arrest. The rest. You can't resist the rest. If you're not doing, and when you got to fake ass cops, he blurred out.
I think he's saying no. He's doing voice text, so I think it's just probably like a PGG word.
Oh, think
That's why the words like blend together like that. Say like.
Oh, that's so he's not actually he's not actually censoring himself. This is like voiced.
He's just an idiot. Like I don't even know why you can't. There's an option to like not have that happen. Like you look for you understand you look stupid as shit. Like
I don't think that bothers him. On top of you, tell me to put your hands behind your back when you're clearly you got some fucking issues if you haven't seen the video, you dumb fuck. So again, leave my girl's name. I don't know who your girl is. So again, leave my girl's name and my family's name off of your post. Nah, I'm not going to do that because I promise you will not like the end result, and that is not a threat. I will take legal actions because you are defamation of character.
You are.
I am, guys. Usually they just accuse me of being guilty of defamation or deformation, as they call it. But now I've literally become defamation of character. I've transformed. I've literally become a civil offense. How about that? All right. So yeah, that's he had a lot to say. Maybe we'll call him in a moment. He hasn't blocked me yet. I got another message here. Well, I go, who's your girl? I go, well, I want to make sure I put her name on now because I said hi, Frank. I said hi, Franklin.
Hi, Franklin, and he got mad.
He got so mad. For one, you must be stupid. The name is Frank, not Franklin. You dumb fuck. Are you stupid? Did your mom have swallow the best part of you? What?
Oh, Jesus.
Your mom. This guy should have read This Book is Gay. He needs to learn how babies are born. Your mom should have taken up the fucking ass. Maybe if she had read This Book is Gay, she would have. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem, Franklin. Okay. Dumb fuck. I'm telling you to go ahead and push my buttons and watch what happens. Oh, I'm pushing. I have lawyers that love to, they always have lawyers.
So many of them. They have a whole lineup.
Yeah. I got this message from Dana Allen Mishad. And he says, people.
They said this was his cousin.
This is a cousin. Okay. People will let it buddy. I don't know what that means. People will let it buddy. You're one of them. Want to talk shit about my cuz. We mass people don't like you. I am a mass people. And you're kind of. I will be seeing you. Go ahead. Repost it. You're good at that. You punk bitch. And I said, well, that's kind of English. And he goes, what's the problem is with my cuz. I don't know why you have to put him on your page, man. I'm not a good person. Just don't get it, bud. I agree. I see you're older head. They always say I'm old. To the dude that got locked up last night. What? None as D is not a bad kid. Been through hell. But you butt him down. Then want to talk shit about my entire family. Don't make enemies, especially with the Mishad family. Oh, I'm like, ooh, what happens if I make enemies with your family? Put it together, buddy. Be smart. I feel like I did. I Googled your family and nothing came up except for some overdue child support. So I don't know. Maybe you can explain that one to me. Now, this is the mom. This is the mom posted about me. She said, wow. How you want to tap and run after what you said, classic Facebook wannabe thug. How dare you come for me over my son, Daniel Pale? You most definitely don't know me at all. And the fact that you would tell me to bow my head in shame for how my son was raised. Got jokes. Hold on. Now hear me clearly. And this goes for anyone that feels some type of way about Daniel. You don't know me or how my kids were raised. And I can tell you their life choices as adults is just that. Their life choices, not mine. So to the piece of shit Clarence, somebody not important that wants to tap and run, please put your comment back up for all to see that knows me so you can get exactly what you deserve. You're a waste of breath and a scared hide behind Facebook and then run me punk ass piece of shit that wants to feel important. Meet me, bitch. I will be more than happy to discuss my kids' upbringing face to face. Bet you don't, Clarence. I'll be in Manchester next weekend from Friday night to Sunday afternoon where we meet and up at. I'll definitely meet with her. Don't you or anyone else see in the shit old town ever come for me or mine? Because I will be glad to meet face to face to discuss your options where we meet and notice. Oh, that's nice. And then Justin, who posted it, he doesn't like me either. He goes, this clown must definitely needs to get his facts straight before running his mouth. Before I shut it for him. We got a badass here. We got a badass. We got a badass, folks. So let's make a call. I'm going to make a call to him. I think we need to get all of these people on the show.
Conference
right
call.
now. So yeah, first I'm going to start with. I think we need to start with Frankie because I'm very confused about Frankie here. So let me call Frankie right now.
Frankie with an I. Who spells Frankie with an I if you're doing?
Good question. Hello?
It's just ringing.
Oh. Come on, please answer. Please answer. Please, please, please. Oh, Frankie, you're killing me, man. You had so much to say. Okay, Frankie Robitelli isn't going to call, but Frankie, if you're out there, I'm definitely going to put your girlfriend on the board. Okay, that's my
We'll
promise.
find out.
Yeah, we're going to find her. Trust me, she's going on there too. Then next up, we had Dana Mishad blocked me. He told me to be smart and not talk shit about the Mishad family. So he's unavailable. Where's Mom? We got to find Mom. Because Mom said she couldn't wait to come on.
She's going to go insane if you get her on the phone, dude. You're going to turn that down.
Okay, so we're going to get Mom. So Frankie says, what are you calling me for?
Answer and find out.
Answer and find out. You won't. Punk bitch. I'm going to go to him. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Punk ass bitch.
We are now friends. We are not family. So why do you think we're not? Why do you think you're harassing me? I messaged you and said what I had to say. Oh, that sounds like an invitation to call again. Let's call him again. Come on, buddy. You guys can hear that.
Tape.
Of course.
Yeah, we can hear it.
So no Frankie. So Frankie's pussing out. So I'm going to be like, pussy. Let's leave that there. So let's call Mom.
Probably doing business. You're interrupting.
Mom,
Business
when I go, you want to come on face to face tonight? She goes, oh, most definitely. Has she blocked? She blocked me.
Oh, that was a pussy tap out run move.
Oh,
yeah.
Mel Walker. She blocked me.
That's hilarious. I love when they talk such a game and then they like run.
No. Well, let's try Justin Laflamme. So I'm going to call Justin Laflamme. They all talk a big game, and then none of them can ever come on. They all had so much to say. And now, not so much to say. Interesting.
It's a Saturday night. You know they're all out.
Yeah, right. He's sitting on the stoop. That's what they're doing, drinking 40s. Okay, so this guy's not answering. They're taking all the fun out of it. Let me just do a brief little donut. Let me bring up any donut. Yeah, let me see. Settings. Plug that audio back. All right. So let's go back to the turtle chats. We got one. Let's see. Present, share screen. All right. This one's from Scott. Sends $10 and he says Jamie Pinola is doing what every parent should be doing, and standing up for our kids. Amazing job, Jamie. So I completely agree with that one. Hopefully she inspires some more people to come forward, because more people should be doing that. Again, we're in the majority, guys. We're on the right side of history here. Anyway, but so let's. So that brings us. Thank you very much for the dono there. That brings us to 70, I believe. Oh, we got so 70. So we're 130 short, guys. So if we can get up to, if you guys want me to do the freestyle tonight, and continue doing the show. I love doing this show, but I can't. It's like a big time commitment. So if we can get $200 in the donors, again, you can do it by clicking on the link at the top of the bio there. That's called Turtle Chat. You can donate whatever amount of money you want, and you get to put a message when you do it. And I will bring that message up and show the whole class, and we'll be good. You can also do Cash App, $ Uncle Turtleboy. We just got a Cash App here from Claire McKenna. She sends $15. She doesn't leave a message, but she's free to. So that brings us now to 85 big ones. And thank you very much, Claire McKenna. We're 115 away from the freestyle, and I promise it's a good one. So, okay. So that's that. So let's go on to the next topic here. And that would be, what do I want to do next? I want to talk about this Worcester pawn shop guy. How the fuck did they miss this one? This is a wild story, guys. Now, this is the kind of story that you literally can't get anywhere. This is the kind of story I live to do. And again, if you guys are unfamiliar with our model here at Turtleboy, like Daily News, is that I don't want to make money on advertisers because, like, advertisers, I can't control them. They can leave at any point, right? And they don't like when I go after powerful people, they try to get advertising companies to leave me. Okay. Now I could play it safe and just do what the rest of the media does and kiss everyone's ass. And then I would have tons of fucking sponsors. I would have tons of advertisers. No problem. But I don't want to do that. I want to actually tell the truth. And when you do that, you can't make money with advertisers. So again, that's why we do like the whole independent journalism thing here and people support it through Donos and stuff like that. That's what you're going to. When you give money and when you donate to the Turtle Chat and stuff like that, this is the kind of story that's going to. You would be, without Turtleboy, you would be living in a world where stories like this would never fucking be told, ever. Literally not a single person out there would have any fucking clue who Monica Cannon Grant was, were it not for Turtleboy. That's just a fact. Judge Bebo's daughter, like that Troop Brigade story, never would have fucking happened. So that's, again, what you're doing. And this is the kind of story that I really live to write. I love stories like this. So let's talk about it. So this is Asmar Akbar, a Worcester pawn shop guy, and he's got this, he always has this chain on him. Now, this should have been the sign that something was up here. It is a $250,000 chain with 250 carats of diamonds in it in a gold chain. It's the most ridiculous looking thing I've ever seen. God knows how much that bag costs. He just looks like such a douchey Euro trash bro.
Yeah.
There's the way he carries himself. Like, this guy loves house music. He loves to go to a club, get dressed up where the music is so loud that you can't talk. And it's like disco, disco, disco. And he can feel all cool. And like, look at me. I'm fucking driving a Porsche and I'm a Worcester baller. Fucking life is great for me. And then I go to the gym and I'm fucking cool. Well, he owns a pawn shop in Worcester. And for those of you familiar with Pleasant Street in Worcester, it's the longest street. And at the beginning, it's not very pleasant. It gets more pleasant when you get to Paxton. But at the beginning, it's one of the most crime-ridden, disgusting, filthy parts of the city, which is how Sarai Rivera is the district counselor for that neighborhood. It's fucking horrible there. And nothing lasts there very long. This guy opens a pawn shop there, which is making, obviously, a lot of money. Because he's flaunting it. Well, he gets arrested, and it's in no media outlets. It's only in a Worcester Police Department press release that 44-year-old Asmar Akbar was charged with trafficking firearms and receiving stolen property. The warrant was the result of an investigation conducted by Worcester PD and law enforcement partners in Pinellas County Sheriff's, Florida. During the investigation, they discovered large amounts of jewelry and a firearm that were identified as stolen property from a theft in Florida. So this guy is selling stolen merchandise and guns from Florida. Okay, so that's a big deal, right? The selling stolen property isn't as big as selling guns, especially in a state like this where, like, allegedly we're going to come down hard on gun laws and blah, blah, blah. If they don't throw the book at this guy, then what goddamn use are gun laws? And that's a good question, Meghan Ottolini. No FBI?
Yeah, right.
No ATF?
That's
true. They're a little busy looking out for, grannies at the Capitol on January 6th and then figuring out which people like Jamie there going to school board meetings. That's who they're really watching out for. Oh, and people protesting in abortion clinics. Those are the real dangerous people that they're going to go after. So they don't have time for this. And so they leave it up to the Worcester police. And quite frankly, he's been doing this in Worcester, obviously, for years. But it took an outside police agency to do stuff. Like, Florida gets shit done. Florida gets shit done, folks. He's got the faux pose. He absolutely does. So, but this guy has been, despite the fact his arrest was written by no other media outlets. Mass Live, I know they suck, and the Telegram and Gazette, they suck, obviously, but nobody wrote about this guy. Nobody, which is weird because they've been writing about him and how he had built his rep. Like, this is Mass Live a year ago. Worcester jeweler Asmar Akbar is building his reputation making custom pieces for Joyner Lucas, NFL players, and other celebrities. Joyner Lucas is a very well-known rapper, born and raised in Worcester, and everybody from Worcester wants to be like, oh, I went to high school with them or whatever. It's gay. Anyway, but it's got this whole thing about how he's the king of jewelry in Worcester. See me is his signature line on his Instagram, where he's developed a loyal following of 50,000 followers. They tune in regularly to see his daily posts, which detail a day in the life of the Worcester jeweler, like driving to Dunkin's for a cup of coffee. Okay, so he's a real big shot. And he claims that the president of Commerce Bank, Barry Kroc, who owns like half the city, tells him to don't go into banking, go into pawn shops, which doesn't surprise me because Barry Kroc's a piece of shit too. And the city looks like shit. He's a crock of shit. That's yeah. And this guy, like I said, he's got Joyner Lucas in here. Joyner Lucas actually filmed a rap video in his store.
Damn, I feel so loose, I'm about to pop shit. What's a man to do when he's out of options? I don't want to do it, but shh. Quiet. They're coming. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.
Okay.
Oh, no, 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 no.
That's actually a good song. So, yeah, and then this is Isaac Yiadom. He went to Doherty High School. He's drafted by the Broncos in 2018.
Denver Broncos, big boy Ike, Worcester's finest. Picked up a 25 karat diamonds, 14 karat yellow gold. Oh, by the way, 10 carats on his wrist, 80 grams, solid. Sir.
Yeah, I liked Isaac Yiadom in high school. I coached at Doherty High School. He was on the track team right after I got there, actually. I coached at Shepherd Hill, so we went against him. Well, he's a nice kid. But I got bad news for Isaac Yiadom. He's like a third-round draft pick who didn't last very long with the Broncos, lasted a year with the Giants. He's now on the Texans. He's not playing much. If he's spending all his money like this, like he's going to be broke at the age of 30. So, like, I mean, what is wrong? He should know better. What are you doing, dude? Don't spend your money on fucking gold, you morons. Anyway, Asmar Akbar was named one of the 40 under 40 by the Worcester Business Journal. 40 to watch. Can I just say I hate these fucking lists so much? And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is petty as fuck. You know why I hate them, Deb?
Because it's only people who are like connected and who donate. They're not real.
Yeah, I don't like it because I'm not on it. I mean, I'm perfectly honest with you.
Well, you're not donating enough, dude. Come on, you know the rules.
That's not why. It's because I'm not like, okay, so I guarantee you this 40 under 40 list, all 40 of those people read Turtleboy. They know who I am. I don't know who
you're
they
not
are.
Under 40 anymore.
But when I was, you get the point. So they know, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I've built, talk about Worcester. I'm Worcester born and raised, man. And like I started a fucking media company in Worcester that just completely outrivals Mass Live, Worcester Magazine, and the Worcester Telegram is that combined. I've outgrown them too. I'm bigger than the Boston Globe now, right? Everybody knows that. I break stories that nothing compares, obviously, and that's not me sucking my own dick. These are undeniable facts. Okay. The stories that I've broken. And how are you going to have a 40 under 40 list of like businessmen? Like, who's built a more successful and original business than fucking me? Nobody. Okay. And y'all know who I am, but I can't get in your fucking club. I don't want to be in your stupid fucking club. It's gay anyway, because it lets people like this in that are just like, oh, look at me. You know why he's in? Because he doesn't threaten the powerful people. He sucks their dick. I go after people like Joe Early. I go after people like Joe Petty and the leaders of and Charlie Baker and Karen Polito. I expose them. He sucks their dick. He raises money for them. That's why he's on that list, but I'm not. He owns a fucking pawn shop in the ghetto, and that's like some fucking great accomplishment. Yeah, congratulations. And by the way, nobody thought this is weird. Nobody thought this is weird. Like, look how this motherfucker lived. So there he is with his, having look at us. We overcame mediocrity. We're so fucking awesome. He owns $1 million. These are his political contributions. He donates $1,000 every fucking year, or more than every year, to Lou Evangelitis, who happens. I like Lou. He's a Republican. He happens to be the sheriff of Worcester, so that's interesting. He's just giving money to the fucking sheriff. He also gives money to Donna Calorio, city councilor here, Joe Early, the district attorney, Karen Polito, the lieutenant governor, more Joe Early here, State Senator Michael Moore. And all of these people are either Republicans like Evangelitis and Polito and Calorio, or Democrats that are known to be pro-police. Like Michael Moore is a state senator who's known to be pro-police. Joe Early is the district attorney. Okay, that is police for all intents and purposes. So that, law and order people he's given to. And when it's smart when you give to people like that, because they're the ones that can ultimately bring the hammer down on you. So just donate to them, kiss their, and he didn't just kiss their ass. He didn't just donate to them. He raised money for them. He held events for them. Look at the fucking thing in the pocket there. What a pretentious dude. God, if I'm ever I might just become a shirt in the pocket guy, a handkerchief in the pocket guy, just to be I might just dress up like this one night just to be a douche.
Hello, everybody.
He's going to match your tie in your socks.
All right. You guys know where you are? Waterloo. No. You know where you are?
Worcester.
Canal District.
Canal District, soon to be the Times Square. Okay.
The Times Square of Worcester. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's not saying much.
A lot of things happening.
A lot of things happening.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is really the epitome of what Worcester's all about.
This is City Councilor Kate Toomey.
We are a city that makes it work with people from all different backgrounds. And that's the thing that I love about this. And that's what it's all about. No matter what you do every day, when you can help somebody.
Gay. Okay, so there's them. That's Kate Toomey.
Did you notice on that that thing where he donated, his address keeps swapping around? It's weird. It says 36 Sunrise Ave, and then he says.
Oh yes, well he's bought a lot.
His occupation all the time.
Well, he's changed. He's bought a lot of property over the years, and we're gonna get to that. So here's a fundraiser he has for, I believe this is Joe Early.
Great night for an excellent cause, an excellent man. Just a few short words. Number one, thank you to Roger and Joanna and the Boardroom Restaurant. The food is unbelievable, unreal. The other thing I want to say is I want to thank our district attorney, Joe Early. Number one, thank God you got reelected. Yeah.
Thank God he got reelected. By the way, for those of you unfamiliar with that, this is in 2018. This is right months after I broke the Troopergate story, in which Joe Early, the district attorney, he's the one that ordered the state police to redact the arrest report for a woman named Allie Bebo, who happened to be the daughter of Judge Tim Bebo, who is his good friend, who is Joe Early's good friend. And he ordered the state police to redact it because in her arrest report, she asked the state trooper who arrested her for driving while under the influence of heroin if he knew how many dicks she had to suck to get that heroin. And it was embarrassing, and so he wanted it out. And when the trooper that wrote the report refused to do it, he was reprimanded for it. And I broke that story. And as a result of that, the state police colonel and the lieutenant colonel both had to resign in disgrace, and so did Major Susan Anderson and Lieutenant Colonel Dan Ristine, who also, will let fucking drug dealing, money laundering whores onto the state police. Yeah, that too.
He loves that.
Yeah, he loves that. And this gentleman here was the one who orchestrated the whole thing, Joe Early. The Telegram and Gazette urged him to resign. A liberal newspaper urged a Democrat to resign, but he refused because he's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I'm a Democrat. I'm Joe Early. I'm the son of a fucking congressman. My dad, the fucking post office is named after my fucking dad. I don't have to do shit. He is such you think Rachel Rollins gets a bad rep around here for good reason, but the most corrupt district attorney in the state by far is Joe Early. Like nothing compares to Joe Early. Like he is the biggest piece of shit. And this guy is up here. The fact that a criminal is up here, a gun trafficking fucking criminal is up here being like, thank God he got reelected because he ain't going to come after me. Kind of says it all, doesn't it? Because he's raising money for
You're a very fair and just man.
Oh, very fair.
Very fair in politics. And without further ado, District Attorney, Mr. Joseph.
Oh, the music too. He's so gay. Okay. So there they all are. Oh, and here's another fundraiser he held for Charlie Parker and Lou Evangelitis.
Sheriff Lou called me up, asked if I could assist him with setting up a dinner. I said, Sheriff, no one likes you.
Oh, it's a joke. Look at Joe. Just kidding.
Yes, so fast because I knew I wasn't going to have to do any work.
Yeah, I'm also selling drugs.
The easiest thing in the world.
Guns.
All you have to say
Everyone here is awesome.
We're going to do a function for Sheriff Lou. And then all of a sudden, people are like, when do I show up? How do I do it?
Yeah. I mean, that's literally, talk about corrupt. Like, this guy is openly selling stolen property, as we're going to see. Selling guns. And it's just like serenading and emceeing the governor and the sheriff at a goddamn meeting. And they're just like, of course I'm going to throw your fundraiser, motherfucker. You're not arresting me. Yeah, thank you. How much more I got to do? Whatever you need.
What else you need?
Yeah, what else you need, pal? Yeah, give each other daps.
I can get you a great deal on guns, man. Come on.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, there he is kissing their ass. Here's another fundraiser he's at for the governor. There they are together. And yeah, okay. So there's Karen Polito. He's like, look at me. Always an honor to host events for the governor and lieutenant governor. He's gotten these goddamn Worcester Magazine awards. Hey, I got a couple of those too, my friend. You're not that special. And until Deb, there used to be a category in the Worcester Magazine for best blogger. And I won that the first year Turtleboy existed. The next year,
deleted, right?
and they got rid of it. They got rid of the category. And so all Turtle Writers just voted me for best media outlet. And I won that a couple years in a row. And then they just stopped doing it altogether. They stopped doing it altogether. Like, this guy, we got to stop giving him awards. And so that was back when I was in the closet. I would definitely go now. I mean, I wish I would come out earlier, to be quite frank. But anyway, this guy, I talked to a detective from another town, and he went to the pawn shop. This pawn shop frequently. I guess they have to do that a lot because when things are stolen in opposing towns, they just immediately go to the Worcester pawn shops. And pawn shops are very highly regulated. Like, they will not just buy anything off of you because you understand every crackhead probably comes in there looking to sell shit. Absolutely. So they need like a record of who you are, that it's not ID, stolen, right? ID, all that shit. Because that probably happens a lot. Oh, sure. And so this detective told me that he would go in there and that there would be Worcester cops in there all the time. And it would just seem so shady. And the guy seemed so shady in that it just seemed odd. It was so strange, he said. And you go to his page, Asmar's page, it's filled with Back the Blue stuff. So he basically just kisses law enforcement's ass and kisses, pro-LEO politicians' asses in order to take the heat off of him and masquerade. He's literally Gustavo Fring. Did you watch the Breaking Bad series and Better Call Saul?
Yeah.
So do you know who Gus Fring is?
Yeah.
Do you? I don't think you do.
I don't think I do.
Okay, I don't think you. Okay, it's okay if you didn't. So Gustavo Fring, for those of you unfamiliar guys, he was like this character who.
Oh, the Chicken Man guy.
The Chicken Man. Yeah, he owned Las Polos Hermanos, and but it was just a front. He was making millions of dollars selling meth. He had a meth empire. Yeah. And was it Polo Loco or Polo Hermanos? I thought it was Polo Hermanos, but anyway, this gentleman would basically grease the DEA and other politicians and masqueraded around. It's the same fucking thing, except he's not killing motherfuckers. I mean, he's selling, kind of is, but not directly.
Yeah, not directly. Yeah, he's the kingpin. Yeah.
Like his like this guy. There is no way you could hang out with this guy if you were a competent cop and not know. Like, somebody post in the comments, where's the evidence the police looked the other way? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, or the police knew and didn't do anything. I'm like what? Like, so either that's so two options here. Either they knew and did nothing, or they're literally retarded. You pick. You pick whatever. Neither one is a good option, in my opinion. It literally took a sheriff's department in Florida for something to be done about this. So this guy had probably been doing this for over a decade in Worcester and enriching himself. And nobody did a fucking thing because he's greasing the right pockets. But he doesn't grease pockets in Florida. And he stole from guns down there and jewelry. And then that's how he got caught. I mean, look at this guy. How did they not know? It's like the great look at these guys. Look at these motherfuckers. $250,000 chain he's wearing. You go on his website, it's just over the top shit. Like he hid nothing. His goddamn Porsche that he would drive to work every day.
And I've been this way since day one. I don't need no medication.
This is so gay.
No, I don't need no drugs.
Again,
maybe I'm different, and maybe my ADHD got me tripping, and maybe I'm just everything that you missing. Yeah, I feel like I'm dying inside. Why do I seem crazy?
You'd have to go to that neighborhood to know just how grimy it is. And it just makes no fucking sense that a business like this could thrive in that neighborhood. No pawn shop, no legitimate pawn shop makes that much money. It just doesn't.
No way.
You know, like, but he's this. Everything. It's just money, money, money all over his fucking page. Everywhere you look.
It's just so dumb.
Porsche. Yeah.
All right,
look at this guy. All right, people.
Custom diamond eternity necklace.
Oh, yeah. Eternity necklace.
Made to order, and I have them in stock. My chains don't flip-flop. You always see the diamonds up.
Ooh.
Let me know if you want anything made. Asmar Jewels.
Oh, yeah. Really. What you need, guy? What you need, bro? What you need? So there he is with the... But then he puts family pictures in there, too. And this is what they always do.
It really freaks me out that there's kind of like a camera visible, like in front of the camera. What the hell is that? Like the sex camera that you guys use for movies? Like someone took a picture with a camera.
He's like trying to be like he's like some celebrity, like a day in the life of Asmar Akbar, whoever the fuck that is.
When he says something with a weighted blanket, he's probably fucking reviewing it to keep it or something.
And he puts the pictures on there with all the stuff because it's all part of the front. Like, I'm a family man. Look at me. I couldn't possibly be a drug dealer. I have kids. Let me hide behind them. And meanwhile, he's posting pictures of internet whores he's making. I mean, dude, those are too big. That's like, come on.
Basketball. That's asinine.
I mean, I like.
I just want to pop it. I'd rather run up with like a pin and just hit it.
I like a nice fake pair of. I mean, they're better when they're real, but a fake pair of titties. But don't get me wrong.
Like,
this guy,
hard, man. You can get like fucking black eye.
Not that shit. Not a problem. Not a problem. But those, it's just too much. It's too much. Okay. But I digress. And he made that for her, and she puts that on there. This is like, who the fuck is this kid's mom? That's what this person's mom should be arrested. Watch this.
All right. We got Will over here. Will just bought this ring. Will, how old are you? 12 years old. How much money you got, brother? $500. Guess what? He's a real man. He pays for his stuff.
What kind of fucking parent lets their 12-year-old?
He's not. I think the parents got to be there in the background. I think.
Yeah, but what kind of parent brings their kid to a pawn shop in Worcester? First of all, why does a kid have $500 cash, and why are you allowing him to blow it on that? Like, what if your kid acquires $500 cash? And it's like, you could spend it on whatever you want, son. And it's not on like normal shit a 12-year-old could buy. Instead, it's like you think that's staged?
Why would that be? To me. I mean, it sounds right. Like to look like he's fucking, oh, look, it's safe in here. Families come by. Like, we're legit.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Dude, that ring is like fucking nothing. You could go to Zales with $500 and probably buy a whole set for whoever you're buying that for. The kid's not going to wear that shit.
What kind of kid is just like, I want to go down to the pawn shop and buy a $500
ring?
Ring. That makes no sense whatsoever. But you're right. It might be all part of the whatever. Here he is. And by the way, I am his wife, Barbara. Dude, I'm Facebook friends with her. Somebody's like, you're Facebook friends.
I love when you find that out. Like, and you're just like, oh shit.
I'm Facebook friends with the randomest people on Clay, which means I don't request people on there. They request me.
Yeah.
She's a follower of the blog. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? I got bad news for you, Asmar. She ain't gonna stay around when you're in jail, when you're in federal prison. Sorry. And then he's selling grills. Okay, like that's ghetto as shit. Like normal people don't buy grills.
Like
okay, golden grills. What? Who? What?
It's like Hank Hill from like King of the Hill.
Does he buy grills?
Propane salesman. Yeah, he sells grills.
Oh,
Los mejores olleros, a uno Asmar, Wister, Massachusetts, los mejores de todo Massachusetts, papi.
We got the chains.
I don't know how that guy makes money, but I guarantee you he's not giving stock tips or something like that, or working for the government or something. And by the way, he's also a deputy sheriff, which is wild. Apparently, anyone can just go on Lou Evangelides' website, and the first thing is you have to give money. So obviously, you got to give money. And then there's a form here, and it says you have to have like high moral character, no problem. And all these losers basically just come on here, and John DiRenzo is on here from DiRenzo's Towing. Remember those scumbags?
Oh yeah,
that we were on. He's on there. Who else? Any other? There's a bunch of names I saw in here. Just a bunch of who's who of Worcester area. We see this guy's the mayor of Fitchburg. Stephen D. Natale is on there. So yeah, basically you can just feel, oh, look at me, I'm a sheriff now. Okay, so you're revert. You have to have good moral character, but he's also like a reserve. Like he made $40,000 as a cop at UMass Worcester. And he's on the town of Oakham's website as a reserve officer. So, and he went to, he got his freaking associate's degree in criminal justice at QCC. And here he is, like, dressed up as a fucking cop. Like, this dude really has a whole thing going here.
Wow.
He's got a bunch of freaking property. He's got a gorgeous condo in Shrewsbury, all these homes. And, like, dude, this guy was so obvious about it. Oh, and here's the best part. The PPP loan. He claimed there was a Worcester magazine puff piece about him, about how he benefited from the pandemic because people were trying to buy gold. And so the price of gold went up during the pandemic. And he's like, people were coming in with their stimulus checks. It's like, that's what we were paying people for? We were giving money to people that were going to buy gold at the fucking pawn shop? Stolen gold, obviously. And, oh yeah, this guy, benefited tremendously from this. And then he still gets $32,500 in PPP loans. Those loans were for people who were losing money during the pandemic, but literally just a government giveaway. So it didn't matter. And so what's his connection to Florida? Well, this is his sister who lives in Clearwater, Florida, which happens to be in Pinellas County. And her brother, James Dowler, or her husband, James Dowler, owns a firearms company. So it just so happens that this guy then gets arrested for selling stolen firearms. Like there has to be, Deb, there has to be more to this, right? Like there has to be more arrests and more charges.
Like maybe
coming.
there's FBI and stuff. I think it originated in Florida, right?
Yeah. And maybe
they're down there, FBI and stuff.
Well, here's the thing. He's being represented by an attorney from Worcester, which makes me wonder, the stolen goods are from Florida. So is he being charged? This could be interesting. And again, back to the question there from Meghan Ottolini. Where's the FBI? Where's the ATF? Don't they literally exist for stuff like this? Right. And the guy has been to his house. There's the Porsche at his condo, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed in the comments, a woman named Christine Rivera says, my son recently had the owners of the Pleasant Street pawn shop having addicts stealing for profit and never reporting it to WPD. I reported it to the police several years and nothing was done. They would sell government food stamps for a profit as well, hold them accountable. And so I went and I messaged this woman, and her and I had a little chat. And she told me that her son, who passed away about a year ago, maybe a little less than that, he was clean, so he died sober, but it was actually a car accident he died in, horrible. But for years he was a junkie. And he would make money he would get paid money to go to Home Depot and Walmart and steal appliances. And I'm like, well, do you have anything to back this up? And she's like, look at the fucking Facebook page. I look at the Pleasant Pawn Shop Facebook page, and it's filled with all this shit, including, by the way, like right off of Home Depot's website. And he's even posting on here, I'm gonna call this number right now.
Never been opened. Like
never been opened for some reason.
Amazing.
Like nobody asked that question, but like, how can you afford to sell this for cheaper than if it's never been opened? So somebody bought this for let's say $500 they bought this, and you can sell it for $350. So how much? So they sold it to you for less than they bought it for.
Yeah, but now
so somebody just went into a Walmart, paid $500 for a TV, and is like, you know what? I don't want this. And so instead of returning it to Walmart unopened for the full $500, I'm going to sell it to a pawn shop for $300, and then he's going to sell it for $350. Because that makes sense. Nobody was like, oh, this is fucking weird.
No, he's going to sell it for $280. Walmart.
Oh, we have it for $280. Oh, Walmart's got it for $350. It's amazing. Somehow this small pawn shop in Worcester, like every company in America can't compete with Walmart's prices. They're too low. But this fucking pawn shop in Worcester can.
He'll match any fucking Walmart price.
Yeah, we can beat Walmart. No problem. No.
Pay shit for it. It's fine. It's cool.
So I'm going to call this number right now. Let's see what happens. 508-798-3333. Chainsaws. Like, why do you have like, what kind of pawn shop sells chainsaws?
Sometimes shit happens, right? And you got to cover up your crimes, or maybe
I guess
build a
so.
shed and fucking,
He even says right here, Home Depot sells for $500. We're selling for $375.
To the first.
Never been opened.
I need to hurry up and get rid of this shit for this.
Yeah, because it's stolen. Because
Right.
it's all fucking stolen. All this shit right here.
Liquidation's stale because my junkies were busy today. We gotta get
But
rid
think
of
how much money he could have been making doing this. All of this is free.
yeah.
All of it's free.
Yeah.
He
all
tells
profit.
junkies. He pays not free. He has to pay the junkies. Let's say he pays them $100.
Yeah, but he's you know what?
They'll do
Guaranteed
anything for
he's
$100.
dealing. He's dealing out of there, and he's giving them
Drugs?
in exchange for this. Absolutely.
You think
they're giving them money? Yeah, absolutely. He's giving them drugs.
Yeah, I mean that's the
People do
thing.
Anything for that.
For me, it's the same. If you give a junkie money, you're paying for drugs. You're fueling the drug trade, so you might as well be selling it. And you are literally giving these people poison that's killing themselves. And meanwhile, you're going to dinner later that night with members of the esteemed community in Massachusetts, and you're the one they want to see. Like, you're the MC. You're bigger than them. Holy shit, dude! Give me a break. I mean, look, it just went on and on. And so, yeah, you have all these people like, oh man, he didn't do nothing. He's blah, blah, blah. So I can't believe this isn't a bigger story, quite frankly. Maybe because it's Worcester, people just don't care about Worcester. But to me, like, I don't think we've seen the last of this. Have you? I feel like there's gonna be more.
Oh God, no! There better be more. Like, hopefully they're just like still wrapped up in Florida where it started, because then federal. Because it's like, anyways, at that point, I would think if there's like cross state lines and there's stolen guns from another state, like they gotta have the ATF coming through somewhere.
This is a real question from Penny Packer. Why didn't he last at UMass? Good state benefits? Because he's making $40,000. Because okay. I was gonna say because he's making millions of dollars selling stolen goods and guns, and like Deb says, probably drugs. Allegedly, we'll see. Probably, we don't know that.
Well, it's just stacks of money. I don't care how many fucking quote unquote businesses you have, dude. But you're not getting stacks like that.
All right, we got a couple more donos here we want to bring up. We're getting closer there. We're not quite there yet, but we were at 85 before. Now let's see what we got here. So we got Caroline sends 10. It says, keep up the great work and blogs. Thank you very much. That brings us to 95. Then we have Scott Starbird says, I got a 1-week ban from Twitter for quoting Bishop Talbert's one. I was also suspended early this week on Twitter, so that's why you should follow all our accounts. He says, fuck Twitter, hashtag Turtleboy freestyle. Thank you very much, Scott. So that brings us to 115. We got 25 from Miss here. It says, feeling like a freestyle tonight. Thank you, Miss. We are up to, that brings us to 140. And then we have David. His sends $5 and he says 04. I don't know what that means, but thank you, David. So that brings us to 145. Plus, I got a Cash App here from Adam Nelson, sends 3. So that brings us to 148. And he says, give update on Asima Silva. Did she resign? No, she did not resign, and she's definitely not going to. So that is, but we exposed her, so it is what it is. So yeah, we're up to 148, so we're 52 short. If anybody else would like to donate, the link is posted at the top of the Turtle Chat. You can donate whatever amount of money you want, and if we can get to there, we can unlock the freestyle. We are $52 away. Why isn't this made the news? Seriously. I understand they're assholes and useless, but they wrote all those fucking puff pieces about it, and you can't write about this. And I guess the answer to that is they don't report the news. Nobody reports the news except for Turtleboy. That's it. Like, we're the only media outlet that actually reports news anymore. So that's your answer. There we go. So, okay. Let's talk about, and did Franklin ever message me back there? Did Franklin? Do you know you're looking like a dumbass right now? Funny, you can diss out shit, but once it's brought to you, I act funny. Come to me and talk shit, definitely won't, but you won't, not in person, and you would. I give you the time of day to go. You'll go on your life. I don't even know what that means, but okay. So let's talk about, I'm going to talk about next. I had a bunch of shit I wanted to get to tonight. I want to talk about this pumpkin bitch, the pumpkin pirate. Oh my goodness gracious. This is too funny. So let's talk about this woman. So there was an incident in Fitchburg earlier in the week, and made discussing Fitchburg now, which is one of my secret little guilty pleasures. A lot of shit goes down there. It's always entertaining. We have a FUPA porch pumpkin pirate here who was caught in broad daylight stealing not one pumpkin, not one prize pumpkin, but a second one. A second one. She hit up this house too. Check her out. Look at this. I mean, she's nimble. Check out this. Look at her go. Look at her go. Look at that bitch.
Man.
Quick bitch. That's quick bitch. So that's interesting. So there she is. Her name is what the hell's her name? How's this one's name? I forget her goddamn name. We'll figure it out in a minute. Do you remember her name, Deb? That was her. No, she looked like Derek Henry going for the first down. She really did. A big bitch. Anyway, so she is. I really want to. I can't remember. Oh no, her name's Meghan. I think Sanchez or Lopez or something. What the fuck's her name? She's the FUPA pumpkin pirate. That's what she is.
Megan Ramos.
Megan Ramos. Thank you. There we go. Okay, Megan Ramos. And she's got a TikTok. She's got a TikTok, folks. She's also a model, and which is great. Unfortunately, she's a model. And of course she is. And she's engaged here to a world famous DJ and record producer named Doug, owner of All Star Ape Entertainment. And so she makes music. I guess they're going to make a band called the Snatching Pumpkins, but it sounds much worse than that. This is her song. This is.
How many times can you say y'all?
Does she say?
Pull up with a black bag. Yo, bitch, fine, and I'm a 10. I got racks on my legs every day, again and again. I don't really need a friend. I don't really need a friend.
I can't believe this is real.
That's the way it's gonna be to the end.
What? To the end.
Pull up in that black Benz. Yo, bitch, you're fine, and I'm a 10. I got racks on my legs every day.
Every day. Okay. So
you're all 5 and I'm a 10. That's a weird scale you got there.
So she makes a lot of TikToks in her garage, in the bathroom. I wish these weren't fake, but they're
Her hair's so fried too. Oh my god.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh, I love my body. You really should. I mean, I guess
I am I'm all for body confidence and everything. Be with it.
I'm not.
But I don't need to see it. Nobody wants to see that. Keep it at home. Okay?
Yeah.
Wear a shirt that fits you. We're done.
I'm for body confidence if your body looks good. I'm not gonna lie. I'll say it's like if you don't. It's this whole thing. I blame Lizzo, the Lizzoification of America.
Yeah,
it's like
went
no,
there.
there's absolutely nothing sexy about all those roles, dear. Like nobody. I got a couple buddies that are into that. You know, the bigger girls, but like, no offense, it's like
I know
that's
you're
fine.
We can all tell. We all know your type, bud.
No, but I'm just saying here. It's just like, okay, I'm happy you're not depressed. That's good.
Right,
but again,
right,
like
yes,
you said,
exactly.
there's no one needs to see the roles.
Right.
That's not called for. Let's play a little more here. What is
When I
this?
see you, I go roll now. Please, baby, go let me
a 12-year-old shirt or something.
What's this?
If we just broke up this morning, no, I'm outside by tonight. GPS told me turn left for all the niggas on the right. You know them drug dealers, rappers, scammers. I sound like my type. I ain't gotta go and fuck them.
Imagine you were driving by and you saw that.
Is that racist? Like lip syncing to emails
How is this real?
How is it not
Okay.
real? Oh, no bra either.
Big things coming, particularly her.
Things are here, dude. That fly is fucking crying. Do you see that? That's about to rip open.
Her fly. I know, dude. Look at that thing. What is going on there?
I'm waiting for the button to fly off.
It really looks like ice cream melting on a hot summer day. That's what it looks like. It's like overflow. Like when it overflows the cone. That's what that's what her jeans look like. It's ridiculous. Like, you know, when your hands get all sticky, you're like, fuck, I should have got the fucking cup. Should have got the cup. I went with the cone.
Stretchy pants, dude.
Oh, god damn it. Oi. So yeah, I
Is her
could go
hair that
on.
color for real though? It's like, what the fuck? It looks like she like fried it. Like she bleached it and then like heated it with an iron for like an hour after.
POV, you're fat and ugly and you're dancing as all. Okay.
You're
She's wearing slippers.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, this is so Fitchburg. It hurts, this whole situation here. She did, and so after she was shamed on the Discussing Fitchburg Now page, she returned the pumpkins. She did return the pumpkins. Now, we do have an update on this. She has blocked me, so I cannot contact her. However, she has posted something on her TikTok in the comments, I noticed, because people went to her comments section and began talking about Turtleboy. So let's see what's happening. Okay. So, what's this one? So what's this? I love all my supporters. Did she block me? Hold on. Okay, so somebody goes here. Auntie Savage says, Turtleboy wrote an article that you steal pumpkins. I don't believe it. What don't you believe? There's a fucking video of her stealing pumpkins, Auntie Savage.
Literally,
What is there not to believe? Seriously, how do you not believe that? It's like the Turtleboy's fake news. But is the video fake news? What the fuck is wrong with you? And then Megan says, it was a Halloween joke gone wrong. I returned them and won't ever do it again.
What the fuck was funny about that? Like,
Yeah, what's
in
the
broad daylight,
joke?
Weeks ahead of Halloween. What the fuck?
Were they in on it? Were they in on the joke? Like, oh, haha, I'm a complete stranger who took your fucking pumpkins for some.
The joke part about it was how fucking fast she fucking did the pumpkin fucking.
Yeah, the Derrick Henry shuffle, dude. Like, she got out of there with a quickness. How the fuck is that a joke? And like, if you ever reach the point in life where you're stealing, it's noon, you're not working, and you just are going around stealing pumpkins.
She is working. She's Instacarting the best place she can. Okay.
Oh, wasn't that her excuse too?
Yeah,
wasn't that her
like,
excuse too? Yeah.
It was
her
people
ass
said,
is
I need someone else's pumpkin from there. Yeah, that's what I want. Not from Stop and Shop. Go get it. That's what I want.
Yeah, go get me a pumpkin. It's funny.
Okay.
And so she goes, I knew it had something like that. My own family thinks I'm a criminal now. Who you are, and half the social media, but it's whatever. I shouldn't have done it. But I thought it was a joke. Halloween joke. Yeah, you stole it and got caught. And then she goes, that's why they were returned. You could think what you want, but it was meant to be funny. What was the funny part? Okay. So, and then it was, sure, you stole off random houses. Right. Very funny joke. And over here, people are like, the turtle post, and they go, wow. Get a life and followers. You just mad she now viral and the topic of everyone's. Yes, I'm mad because you've been named the Fitchburg Fupa pumpkin pirate, and people are jealous of that. That is, people, they wish they had a Turtleboy name too. Right. Okay. It's just exposing my real self.
No, you're not actually in that picture, which is why we're all thankful for winter.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the Fitchburg Fupa Pumpkin Pirate. I call her again, but I don't have her. She blocked me, so I can't actually do that. But we do have a dono here. Let's see if we got unlocked. Let me see here. Oh, we do. So let me pull him up. We got there, guys. Thank you very much. Happy to do it.
Woohoo!
So Carrie sends $55. Says
Oh, I
Candy
knew
is
it was
dandy. Of course.
Look at this girl.
Candy is dandy when I'm giving you a handy. One hand, two hands, round and round we go.
I can picture like a drag queen reading this book to like 3-year-olds in the library.
Oh, God bless her. God bless her. Okay, so there's 50. Thank you very much, Carrie. No handy required, but thank you very much. Then we have here Zuzap Fingered sends 52 and says, here's hoping the Attleboro wench does follow through with court. And I'm getting messages about that. Maybe we can address that in a moment. What an ass whooping that would be. Learn deformation unequivocally, bitch. Oh, God, I'm getting hard. Talk about hand jobs. I'm getting hard thinking about KP suing me. Like, oh, please do it, bitch. Please. So, okay. So we have unlocked the freestyle. I'll do it in mobile. I just wanted to, because part of the freestyle is about the Ben Volin thing. I didn't even get to that really. So did you see this story with this guy Trollin Volin? Yeah. We'll get to that. Let me just play.
One,
yeah, the Globe one. What pisses me off about this one. Let me pull it up here. Stop screen. So Ben Volin is another fake news reporter from the Globe. He does. He's like the Patriots beat guy, if you will, for the Boston Globe, and he's been known to like be a Twitter troll. Basically, they call him Trollin Volin, and he just gets ratioed all the time on there. But he's started this. Like, there's not much to talk about. I mean, I guess there's sports to talk about. Our sports radio in Boston sucks because they don't talk about sports. Like, if you go to any other city, it's authentic. Like, the people on the radio in New York all have New York accents. That's why people like it. And they're fans of the Yankees or the Jets or whoever. And they got really pissed off about, the Jets, bro, they fucking lost again. We need to get a quarterback. Sanchez ain't cutting it, and we need to draft this guy. If they fucking hire Adam Gase again, I'm going to lose my fucking head, bro, if they fucking do that, okay? I like that. I go to other cities. I listen to sports talk radio. I think it's funny. In Massachusetts, in Boston, for whatever reason, none of our sports talk people are from here. It's a weird thing. Like Mike Felger's the big star. He's from Wisconsin. And so when they do that, they're not fans of the team and they become like trolls and they just want to like piss off Boston fans because they think it's funny. But sometimes there's really nothing there. So they have to create something. And that's what happened here with this whole Bailey Zappi thing. So Bailey Zappi has won 2 games in a row for the Patriots, granted against crapbag teams like the Lions and the Browns. But he's looked good. He's got a very impressive command of the offense for a 4th round rookie draft pick. But this is Mac Jones' team. And there's really no controversy there. He's hurt. When he comes back, he'll play. He'll just be on a much shorter leash now because we know we got something fine waiting if you can't do it, dude. And that's good. That's good for the team. I think it's going to bring out the best of Mac. But Ben Volin wants to create drama where he doesn't do this. So this is what he says, I believe, with Felger.
Making the Pro Bowl and making the NFL Top 100, worst thing to happen to Mac Jones last year. Why? Because it was a sign that he made it, and he's becoming a star and he's doing the gritty and everyone's eating it up on social media.
Doing the gritty?
Mac Jones, you're a rookie. Your team, wanted nothing to do with you in that windy game against Buffalo. The team fell apart at the end of last year. I'm telling you, making the Pro Bowl, I think, pumped his head up a lot. Gave him an impression that he's a lot more than what he really was. So I think it was a bad deal for Mac.
So wait a minute. Now we got a couple of things going on here. I don't dispute that the coaching staff he sees the coaching staff and he's not excited about it. He really bonded with Josh McDaniels last year, and now McDaniels is gone. Are you saying he's an egomaniac?
I think it
Ego
certainly
maniac?
inflated the ego. Absolutely. Alabama kid, he comes in, he makes the playoffs. Everyone's talking about he's better than Trevor Lawrence, and he's making the Pro Bowl now. Everyone's loving him up. The kid needs to be humbled, and I think that's a good thing for him right now.
Like what? So you want like Mac Jones has never once come across as cocky to anybody who's been watching him. He's very humbled. Like when he gets up there, he's nervous. He's new to the system. He's figuring out how Belichick's world works, and he's not that guy at all. Like, where is he coming across this idea that Mac Jones is an egomaniac? It's not real. He's making it up. He's literally making it up because he's looking to excite Patriots fans about something. So the next day, he goes on the lowly rated Greg Hill morning show. This used to be the highest rated show in New England.
Back in the day.
Well, when Kirk and Callahan were on, because they were good, they were interesting. They asked tough questions. That doesn't happen anymore. Listen to this clip of when Ben Volin is a guest on this new show, which is Greg Hill, Jermaine Wiggins, who's useless, and Courtney Cox. These shows all have to have a woman now for some reason. I don't care. I said this on Turtle Club. Call me a massage therapist all you want. I don't want to hear women talk about sports. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear it. Unless you're like a butch lesbian woman, like Jackie McCullum, or I don't know if she's really a lesbian, but she looks like a basketball player. She sounds like one. Like, unless you're like that, I don't really want to hear your thoughts on sports. I don't care. I don't need a high-pitched, cutesy little sing-song woman talking about sports to show me she's one of the boys and she can keep up. It seems inauthentic. I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't know when this became a thing. Like, we need to put a woman on every fucking sports talk radio show, but they fucking suck. Okay, so let's play this.
Someone reached out in my DMs and said, yeah, Max, his attitude problem is obvious in the building and everyone knows it. So like,
not just a random.
Take that for what it's worth. But
somebody reached out and said that Mac has an attitude problem and everybody in the building knows it. Sounds like this sounds like nonsense to me.
Good for Greg Hill to be like, this sounds like nonsense. So somebody reached out in my DMs to tell me this. They don't notice. Nobody asks who. Or like, is this a verifiable source or anything? And Wiggy and Courtney Cox here are just listen, like they don't ask. They're just like, listen to what they say.
Me, honestly,
Ben, just quickly, because this story is going to go big the second we post it. So you got a direct message from someone within the Patriots organization or someone who covers the Patriots?
Not from someone who covers the Patriots, but I'm not going any further than that. I wouldn't take it as a report, just as someone else chiming in with an opinion.
The streets are talking.
Streets are talking.
They're urban. The streets are talking, Ben. Like, what does that mean? Ask a fucking question. Kirk and Callahan had the highest rated show because in that situation, Kirk would have asked them, who specifically is saying this to you? This is quite an allegation that you're making here. You're insinuating, and he said this. I believe in a tweet that the Mac Jones camp, Mac Jones is a camp for some reason, that they wanted that in that Packers game, they didn't want Bailey Zappi to start. They wanted Brian Hoyer to start because Brian Hoyer is not a threat to Mac's job, but they were worried that Bailey was. That is the most retarded story I've ever fucking heard. For Mac Jones to be like, no, you can't play. The kid can't play. That is literally the most retarded story I've ever heard. But that is the story that he's attempting to spread here. He's creating drama where drama doesn't exist. There is no chaos in the Patriots locker room. He's defaming Mac Jones. That's what he's doing. He's literally defaming Mac Jones. And
that's what I like to say, Ben. The streets are talking.
Do with it what you want. Call it a report. Do what you want. I'm just telling you, it's not like anything I'm going to go like splashing all over the pages of the Boston Globe today. I'm just further illuminating.
He just wants to sound cool.
That I've heard.
Like this is
so this is just incredible to me. I'm sorry, Ben. One more time with this. So Joe Judge says he prefers Bailey Zappi, and someone that would know agreed and endorsed your belief that Mac Jones was in serious need of an attitude adjustment.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
Mac Jones. So that would be a big story. First of all, nobody in the page, they're too tight-lipped. That would never happen. And 13 King says, no reporters give up their source. They're not. You don't have to give up the exact source. Say where they're from. Like, say, give us something. Like, but as we found out, This was the source. This guy Nolan from Twitter with 97 followers, Nolan. And he goes, I sent it to Volin. I made it up to see if he was really this stupid. And I cannot believe he ran with it. And he's got receipts. He shows the freaking, I love the hashtag stand with women. What a fucking tool. And he goes, buddy over at Gillette selling season ticket packages. Heard they went with Hoyer over Zappy against Green Bay to appease Mac, whose camp made it very clear he didn't want Zappy to jump in. Thought I'd pass this along so the haters get off your back. And he goes, interesting, appreciate. He doesn't ask, like, who the fuck are you, Nolan, with 97 followers? He's just like, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to repeat that verbatim on Sports Talk Radio tomorrow because I work for the fucking Globe. And yeah, when this guy comes forward with this DM, it goes viral. Barstool writes about it. Other people write about it. And he actually fucking puts it out there, which is just fucking wild that he did this. Now, you would think that WEEI would, first of all, why is WEEI even having the Boston Globe people on their show? They should not be allowed. The Boston Globe hired Shirley Young, the editor from the Boston Globe, teamed up with an activist named Bob Murchison to harass WEEI advertisers until they left the show by misrepresenting something that Christian Fourier said about Don Yee. He did Asian voice, which was mocking something that actually happened to another Globe reporter named Ron Borges, who also fucking fell for it. And as a result of this, they all had to go to fucking sensitivity training. Kirk lost his job. Jerry was fired. And the highest rated show in New England is just fucking gone. The best show in New England is just fucking gone. Because they didn't like it. Now you get this crap. That's what you get. But the Globe is still invited on the show. And he comes on here and he's fucking telling lies. You would think they'd be like, dude, you came on our fucking show and you just made up a fucking lie like that? Like, you made us look retarded. You would think that they would talk about that or have a problem with it. Instead, the exact opposite has happened. This is Meghan Ottolini. So Meghan Ottolini is the third wheel on the Fourier, because you need a woman on there now. She looks like she's 24. I thought she was like 24. She's like in her mid-30s. And she worked for the Herald, so she thinks she's like a real fucking big shot now. I work for the mainstream media. I'm real. This is what she says about the Boston Globe. Because again, the Boston Globe also has Mike Barnacle, Ron Borges, and Kevin Cullen, all of whom plagiarized. And that's like what they're known for, is making shit up. And by the way, does anybody think this is the first time that he's done this? No, it's just the first time he got caught. And this is what she says.
Go to his editor and just go, hey, I got this story, I got this opinion. What would they say? So in my experience, I didn't work at the Globe. I worked at the Herald. But I know that the Globe standards are very, very, very high.
What?
Whenever you think of their opinion page, the standards for accuracy are high. So if you went to file this story and had an anonymous source, your editor's going to go, who's the source? And you might say, hey, I can't give up my source. I got to protect my source. If they're giving me this info, okay, can you tell me what position the source has with the team?
So that's what he fucking, like, she actually said that. The Globe is really known for that. Like, you only say something like that if you're not from here. If you don't know the culture, that's her. She doesn't know the culture. If you don't know who Kevin Cullen is, and she clearly didn't know who Kevin Cullen was, then you should not be on Sports Talk Radio, especially on WEEI. Especially. Maybe that's why they want her on there. The Globe wants her on there because she's a fucking moron. And she's just going to cover for the fucking Globe. And that's honestly not even the worst thing that she said. This is what she said the next day. They hardly talked about it at all. Like, you'd think that this would be the primary topic. Let me pull up this. Let me share this. So this is, they played this on Kirk's podcast the other day, the Kirk Minahan Show. Let me plug this. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Settings, audio. Okay. Listen what she says here. Meghan Ottolini.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
This is actually your fault.
Oh, yeah.
This Mego, I want to know the very, very, very high standards of the glove. Do you still believe that?
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, babe.
So, by the way, so the caller calls up and is like, "Tell me more about the high standards of the globe, Mego," and they just mock him. Like fucking Lou, chopped his dick off. He used to be good. Oh, thanks, babe. They're mocking him. Like, bitch, you made a fucking fool of yourself. You like by saying that, you sounded fucking stupid. She blocked me. She's blocked a lot of people on Twitter since then. She can't take the heat. And listen to what she says here.
Billy, if you ever work in a newsroom, you can come back to me and we can talk.
I mean, when I hear that, I want to be like, just fucking load up their phones all day.
Wait, have you ever worked in a newsroom? No. Yeah, well, Kevin Cullen's worked in a newsroom. So is Ron Borges, and so is fucking Ben Volin. So have I. You haven't even worked in a newsroom. Maybe I don't have to work in a newsroom to know that the Boston Globe does not have high standards. Stupid. The obituaries editor, Brian Marquardt, I broke that story too. He's the guy who literally got charged with masturbating in front of a female neighbor. They still employ Cullen. He took a 3-month suspension. And they still employ him. They have no standards. And for her to say that, and then when you get called out on it, it's like, do you even work in a newsroom? Okay, fuck you, cunt. I felt slightly bad for her before this. I'm like, oh man, she has no idea the onslaught that's about to happen to her. She deserves it. She's a cocky little prick who thinks she's fucking a lot more important than she is. She has a job because they need a woman. Like, that's all this comes down to. You're not talented, particularly, you're not interesting. Your ratings fucking blow. That's the biggest thing here. Like, advertisers have no reason to stay in here. And it's just like, you go to her page. It reminds me of Patrick Mahomes' girlfriend. Like that's what her Instagram looks like. Like, aha, look at me. I'm on the sidelines. I'm a real reporter. Yeah, yay me. Look at me. I'm like, here's me. I mean, she doesn't, dude. Doesn't she? How old doesn't she look like she's like 24?
No, I think like mid-30s. Like,
you think she looks mid-30s?
Yeah, some pictures she looks a little young, but like generally, yeah, that's what I said the other night too. I
Really?
guessed like I think I won the guess. I think I guessed like she was 34 and she was like 33.
Wow. I mean, she seems nice enough. I'm sure she's nice enough. But that comment, and I had some sympathy for before that. And she's from Maryland, by the way, so she doesn't know our culture. She doesn't understand
Plant,
it.
yeah.
And she's a carpetbagger, and it's just like, so now I just don't feel bad for her at all. Now I'm just like, okay, fuck you. You're a cunt. It felt bad for you at first. Like, maybe you made a mistake and you regret it, and you'll be humble about it. But to then get on there and say, huh, you don't even work in a newsroom. Okay, fuck you, bitch. Like, that's like, I've lost any sympathy for you. Blocking people. Get the fuck out of here. Your show blows. Nobody's listening to it. Nobody's listened to fucking sports talk radio before. Everyone's listening to the Jerry Callahan show or the Kirk Minahan show and the podcast or Turtleboy Live. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody cares who you are. You invite people on your show who make shit up and pull it out of their ass. You don't ask them any questions. Fuck you. Okay? She doesn't even go here. You think she can get it? She's not even good looking, though. Not even. I mean, she's skinny. She got that going for her.
She got a nice smile too. What are you facing me for?
So does a beaver.
It's cute,
Yeah,
but it's kind of cute, like it's like that endearing, cute, like whatever.
Okay.
You are so judgmental, bud.
Okay. Anyway, so let's do the freestyle. Yes, I am. That's okay.
I know. I wasn't asking. I was telling you. I know.
You could definitely get it. April. He says, well, you'd have to read This Book Is Gay for her to get it. Okay. And it's like she's not on there because of her looks. She's on there because she's like pleasant. She's like nice looking, and she talks with a sing-song voice and blah blah blah. I'm one of the boys. I like sports. I'm from Maryland.
Yeah, to have a token female to be like.
Yeah, to have a token female, and she was one of the ones, and they're like, okay, well, you have her on. She's dumbass. She'll stick to sports. Okay, let's do my Toonski here. All right, just gonna mute you there, Deb, and
yeah.
All right, here we go. On the radio was the stupid Ben Volin. He got no sources, so he likes to stick to trolling. Wants you banned if you say the election was stolen, but he repeats shit from a dude named Nolan. Globe won't fire because they ain't got the stones. Talking mad shit for boy back Jones. Get ratioed because he takes so crappy. Wants to give a blowjob to Bailey Zappi. Making up excuses from Meghan Ottolini. Bitch is even worse than Benito Mussolini. When Ben tells the truth, his stories be duller. That's why he has to go full Kevin Cullen. Shady ass dude by the name of Asmar. Open up a pawn shop, thought he was a star. Think he hot shit because his car's a little sporty. Then he got named to the 40 under 40. Easy selling nice shit for mad cheap though. When you got junkies stealing from Home Depot, tried to play it off like a mover and a shaker, cause he greased the pockets of Charlie Baker. Hope you have fun as you do, home and Shirley. Might be bunkers with your boy Joe Early. Out in Abington, things are fine and dandy. Till they started to read kids how to give a handy. Can't make it up, wasn't just rumors. Whole school committee taking over by Groomers. Liberals say that's the way they was born. Bitch, they were fine before the kiddie porn. First heard about it, thought it was sarcasm. Fuck you telling kids how to have an orgasm. Really don't care if you call me transphobe. You're more pervy than the Boston Globe. Your words mean nothing, you stupid fucking commie. 17 more days till the red tsunami. Fat piece of shit from Manchester. Looks at a chick in the second trimester. Thinks he's real tough, acting like he's big. Cops took him down, he started squealing like the pig. Had a pair of pants, but the cops made him sag it. Crying like a bitch, Willie calling I'm a faggot. Screaming can't breathe like his name is George Floyd. Only thing in common is the boat's unemployed. Tried to get away, but he didn't need his Wheaties. Looking like the poster child for diabetes. Mama shows up and goes full Hiroshima. Daddy's dude like baby. Mama shows up and goes full Hiroshima. Dude playing in her like the James Hiroshima. Acts like this needs to live in a zoo. So fuck your bitch ass and fuck your mom too. Oh, I fucked up there at the end. That's okay. The line, just so we're clear, because that was the best line, and I fucked it up. I had a lungie in my throat at the end there. Was
a lungie? It's a lungie, dude.
I swallowed it. Mama shows up and goes full Hiroshima. Dude's planet inner like her name's Iwo Jima. Okay, that was the right one. But anyway, I hope we got no. As long as there's no poop emojis.
No poop.
Woo! No sleep till. All right, cool. It wasn't my best, but it was okay.
Well, it's because you didn't practice in front of me. That's what you got.
I think that's right. That's what I get for starting on time.
See?
That's what I get. But there are a lot of fire emojis. That's all that really matters. Okay.
They really don't come up on the screen.
Let's do a little Ask Turtleboy. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So somebody's messaging me and they're saying Kate Peters suing me. She announced tonight. Is that real? Is that real?
No.
I mean, I'm getting it from Jacob, and Jacob gives me weird shit sometimes.
No, it's definitely. I don't think it is. He totally reads into shit. He's way too I don't know. I think he reads into stuff too much a little bit.
Does he?
Or it didn't happen.
Yeah. So I wish. Is that true? I mean, you will be facing attorney Ben Wish. She says. Is she suing me? I don't get it.
Isn't that the one she's using for the other thing?
He says she's shit-faced drunk doing a stream, which doesn't surprise me because she's a raging alcoholic, obviously. Another grift. She raised, I think, I don't even know, like 35 grand or something like that from these retards. You know why she's able to do that, though? You know what the best thing that ever fucking happened to her was? Yes, I do write these myself, Pat. Is Chille. Like, Chille DeCastro is the best thing that ever happened because he's so unlikable and he's such a moron. And he's just gets up there and he's just like, Kate, I'm going to take you down and I'm going to sue you, ass bitch. And I'm going to destroy you and I'm going to, make you pay so much in legal fees. And all she has to do is just play that tape and people are like, where can I donate? It's just like, what a fucking moron. But the thing about it is like the Chille lawsuit, she doesn't need money for. She needs money for the charge she's got coming up. That's what people don't realize. She lost in court last month, guys. She got a full year restraining order on her ass for stalking and threatening a woman for 9 fucking months and posting naked pictures of her on her YouTube, which she has since taken down because she was in violation of the restraining order by keeping them up. Yeah, she did that to a complete fucking stranger because that stranger is associated with me. Yeah, a little bit obsessive there. A little bit. You can hate me all you want. Don't take it out on innocent people. And so she violated that order by directly speaking to the woman on her YouTube show, and now is facing a criminal complaint from the Boston Police Department for that. So there's that. That's normal. Okay. What else are people asking? Monday versus the Bears. Yeah, we're going to fucking whoop their ass. We're going to win by like 10, at least. We better win. It's home. We don't play till Monday. Okay. So I do write these myself. It is it's quite the grift. I mean, she's going to pocket a lot of money. I mean, good. It's America. Good for her. I don't give a shit how much money she makes. But it is, in fact, a grift. Like, let's be very clear about that.
She's going to file taxes on all that money, so.
You ain't going to spend that much on legal fees. It ain't going to cost that much. Chille the cashier does not cost that much money to beat in court. Stop it.
Absolutely.
And either way, like, none of it matters because her two children, her two youngest sons, call someone else mom. Period. That's it. You lost two of your kids. You could raise $1 million. You could have 1 million YouTube views. You'll never have your children. I went to my kid's soccer game today, and then I played with them all day. And I get to do that every day until they turn 18. And you don't, because you had them taken from you by the state because you're a raging alcoholic who likes to have sex with, drug addicts who you get into domestic violence with, domestic incidents in all the time. And you don't clean your house and you neglect them. And there's that. So just the tip says she looked homeless outside stealing Wi-Fi. What? Is she really that drunk? People are sending me pictures now. They're like sending of her. Is she wasted? Oh, and Shannon Mary was on. Oh my God. Can we see? I mean, I don't want to give her too much attention, but it's fun to make fun of her. Let's see what we got here. Let me pull this up here. Is this real? Ben Wish is the attorney.
She said she was using him for something else. That name, I remember. Ben Wish.
Oh, is it? Okay. So live. Yeah, this is Chille. So again, it makes it all about Chille, not about like the victim. There's Shannon LeBerry, a more
really not. But we had to do it because this is just turning into a fucking nightmare. Like there are people out there that are dead set on making life miserable and like mission accomplished. It's not going to take me back down by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. I mean, she in fairness, she lost 2 of her kids to the state, and that doesn't get you to stop doing what you're doing. Chille de Castro's not going to get you to stop doing what you're doing. Like when you're this person, like you've hit rock bottom, what do you care? Like, what do you care? Her kids are way too old to be taken from her at this point. Nobody wants to adopt a 16-year-old runaway who gets into trouble all the time. Like, nobody wants that. An emotionally scarred kid. Like, nobody wants to adopt that. So,
yeah. So here we go. This is the last right here. This was a payment that was scheduled yesterday.
I don't know. Like, Jacob, can you stop sending? Oh, we got an echo?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, I don't know why. But like, stop. Jacob, I got to request some. Stop sending me shit that's stupid. Like, this is everything you send me is retarded. Because I don't. Where is the part where she says she's doing that?
Yeah, Ben Wish is the one she's using for Chille.
Put up with a lot of things.
What's up?
Ben Wish is the one she's using for Chille.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's Shannon. Oh my God, look at her. Why is her face so round?
Pretty friends, best friends.
It's like a perfect circle. Look at that thing. Oh my God! Like, she's so happy to have a friend for the first time.
The best part is how that doctored picture's up next to her.
Yeah, like that's the real. Like, that's the Shannon. Like, how about that? She's going right up next to her fucking.
That's
why filters should be illegal. Like, look at that.
One of these things is not like the other.
And oh my God, look at them. So again, they're making all this money basically off of Chille de Castro, because without him doing this, they would not be able to raise any money. So Chille, I mean, I know you're tired of, like, in Chille's mind, he's actually going to shut her up and they're going to win. I just watched the retards go at each other, and I understand that he is like, he's so stupid that, and she's so conniving. Like he's gonna lose, and she's gonna make a shitload of money off it. But doesn't affect me. At the end of the day, she lost 2 of her kids, and she's facing a criminal charge for harassing a friend of mine, and for a long period of time. So, all right. Anybody else have any questions they want to ask me? I heard Bret had a fucking meltdown. Somebody was telling me he's very upset. He called me the other night. On a person named Tonics. If somebody send that message on, somebody got the video. Do I have the video of that on Facebook? I don't know.
I gotta get it.
It's hard. I'm not listening to fucking 150. Do you have a link to it by any chance?
I'm looking.
Okay.
It was a bit back, so.
Yeah. So I guess he's really mad. So I get a call at like I'm sleeping. I see it in the morning, like 1:30. I got like 4 phone calls, and I'm like it was Bret. And I'm like, I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, dude, let me see the exact text I sent to him. I said, because obviously he's looking for attention because things aren't going very well for him, I guess. And he says, let's see here. He goes, he texts me. He goes, come on, Tonics, pussy. I'm like, Tonic? Who the fuck is Tonic? Like, I don't even know this person's name, where they're from. Like, you're some YouTube virgin loser who sits around all day and gaming on YouTube. Yeah, I'm gonna go on your show. Yeah, we're fucking 10 people. I'm gonna go on yours. And to do what? To hear you? Yeah. So you send out pictures of your kids nude. I watched you jerk off, Aidan. I watched you masturbate like 10 times. And yeah, I really watched you jerk off, and it was fucking weird, dude. Yeah, you jerk off and the faces you make. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and talk to this fucking retard. No, if you're interested in me, Bret, you come on my show if you want, where people actually are. You know what I mean? Like you can pretend that nobody watches him anymore, and he's not even making any money. We got the freestyle of the night, didn't we? We got what 250 we raised there. Yeah. So I guess we really didn't miss a beat without you, dude. I know you think that, oh yeah, big loss. No, not really. Most people are glad you're gone. Let's take a vote in the comments right now. 1, if you miss Bret. 2, if you don't give a fuck if he's gone. Let's take a random vote. 1, if you wish Bret was still around. 2, if you don't give a fuck either way. Yeah, he's here. He's not here.
Yeah, really, almost.
Yeah. So let's take a vote. Oh yeah, it's all 2s. Interesting. Any ones? Do we have anyone that misses Bret? Anyone? Oh, you got Mr. Chu. You got Mr. Chu, Bret. So Mr. Chu misses you. So you got that going for you. Other than that, dude, it's just a bunch of 2s, man. Nobody gives a shit. We had over 200 people fucking night. We're good, Lisa. Lisa says she wishes you weren't so damaged. So like that's kind of like we miss you, but you're fucked up, so you can't be on anymore. President Trump likes you. You got that going for her. But other than that, it's just a whole bunch of shit, man. A whole bunch of shit. People miss the old Bret. But unfortunately, that wasn't real Bret. That was like trying to impress Bret. And he's obviously in the midst of a serious mental breakdown. He's scared of me. He won't come on the show. I guess he went on a whole rant about how you won't come to my house and say to my face. Yeah, why would I drive 3 hours to fucking Lewiston, Maine? Why would I, unlike you, I work. I'm running a fucking company here that breaks major stories. I was featured in a Boston magazine story the other day. You might have missed that, where they credited me with taking down Monica Cannon Grant. You might have missed that. I do a lot of stories like that, as you're aware of. It kind of, my record speaks for itself. You know all this, but you know all this. You're just being silly and pretending that none of this. You're doing the whole. You've become everything we mocked for years, and the worst part is you're afraid to face me. Like you're afraid to come on here and face me. You'll go on Tonic's thing because no one's watching that. You won't go where people actually are. Because I'll make you look stupid, man. You know it. You're afraid to actually debate me. So, and that's why you call me at 1:30 when you know I'm fucking sleeping. Because unlike you, I work for a living and I have to do things the next day. So yeah, you're afraid, dude. So
I just looked and I could have sworn we had it, but like it's not with the other things. It was in between, like when you showed me the missed calls and stuff, and it's not there now.
Let me see if I got it.
Maybe he deleted it.
Somebody sent me the fucking tape. Let me see. Oh my God, she looks hideous. It's disgusting. Okay, I got it right here. I'm gonna play it. Let me send this to myself on Facebook. And then I'll be able to, because that's how I get messages. I send myself things on Facebook.
He has to disclaimer this every now and then because some people think it's like when he's sending porn to himself or, distributing it.
I'm sending porn?
No, I said
right.
what you're doing now and then because it might get misinterpreted as like,
Yes. So for those of you unfamiliar, I send pictures and videos on Facebook Messenger to myself a lot. I use it as like data almost. And you can keep it in there. And so, yeah, that's what I do. So when I thought I was hacked a long time ago, that is why I did. Okay. All right. It's coming up in a moment. Anybody else have any other questions until that comes up? Why did he attack Suzanne? He was so mad at them. So he's like losing it, not only on me, he's losing it on, like, he really wants your attention. Of course, none of you probably heard this because none of you listen to him. And it's just kind of sad that he's talking to nobody. He's talking to like 10 people and none of them use real names. And it's really sad to see, but not really because
it's like, it's kind of like you made your bed and lie in it, dude.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, you are what you are, dude, at this point. I get it. You really want attention. You had it on Turtleboy when you were on here, but now nobody's listening to you anymore because you don't matter. That's why you have to go to a woman who you and I both know is a raging alcoholic, substance abusing, domestic abuser who lost 2 of her kids. That's how pathetic you are. That's where you have to go. And even the people who follow you, who are on the program, who, you might notice they never comment when you start ranting about me. When you talk about Connie, they all have something to say. When you talk about me, they don't have anything to say because they're just like, dude, you're friends with Kate. Like maybe you shouldn't be friends with her. You notice anyway, so here's the video. Let me play this. Settings, audio. Okay, built in. All right, it's on. Let me play this.
Swimming around in the commode. But hey, what do I know, right? I'm just that irrelevant. What'd you say? I can't breathe.
Yep.
Exercise would kill me. Blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Weird. Still afraid of me,
Oh, so afraid.
Still jumping to here's his address. Like, I mean, seriously.
Oh yeah, I gave away his. So remember that Ratchet was on last week, MC Extra Crispy, and I'm like, yo, he's like, I want to come see you face to face. He's, where do you live at? And I'm like, 130 Lewis Street, apartment 3, 130 whatever, Blake Street, apartment 3, Lewiston, Maine. That's my new 48 Cedar Street. Do you guys? Who remembers who lives at 48 Cedar Street? You guys remember? Deb, do you remember who lives at 48 Cedar Street, Fitchburg, Massachusetts?
No.
Who remembers in the comments? Somebody remembers who lives at 48, because that was the address that I would just always give out to people whenever it belonged to a man named Kevin Lynch. Yeah, there it is. Kevin Lynch. There we go. So I'll give out Kevin Lynch's address as like a joke. And so now I've moved on. You're my new Kevin Lynch, basically, Bret. Congratulations. So I give his. I always just say his address as a joke on there. So he's really mad about that, and so he's upset. He's PMSing.
Look at the group around you now.
Oh, okay.
You got Boozy Susie, the drunk horse fucker.
Horse fucker.
With her pet little bitch, Sergey Galahan.
Ooh.
That little faggot ain't gonna do nothing.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Susie's all fucking mouth and fucking flappy tits. She ain't gonna do dick.
Oh. What do you think?
Who we got left? 7 Flounder? Come on, kid. Come on.
So the only fans of this show, guys, if you're unfamiliar, are 7 Pounder and Susie. And Lance. He doesn't like Lance either. Who else?
That little half a fag with the rich old lady that you like, that you tote around with you so he pretends to be part of something just because he gives you $250 a week on Saturdays to brag.
Who?
That guy, that faggot, Turtle Cadet, please.
Okay, so Turtle Cadet. So he thinks Turtle Cadet is Jack. Jack is a young guy who's come on a couple of live streams with me during Sport Ball. He thinks Turtle Cadet is Jack. Turtle Cadet's actually a lot older than Jack, and he's a nice guy. He doesn't give me $250 a week.
I wish that'd be really cool. But he's a good guy. I've met him actually in person. He came to the Tony Branch protest. So you're getting them confused, Bret. You're getting them confused. I know your brain is filled with, bong smoke and whatever, but an emphysema, but you're getting them confused. Bret has a group after him called We the People Tyrant Wars. Yeah, I don't really care about that shit.
The fuck's that little fucking twink gonna do?
Ooh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
Who's left?
Who's left?
I was the first one he bitch dropped, remember? Such a bitch raccoon.
Yeah, who's left? Is there anybody else left? So the only fans
Not
of the show we have are Turtle Cadet. You didn't even mention. You don't even make the list anymore.
I know. I fucking him out in the trash now. I'm not relevant.
Yeah. Turtle Cadet is on. Lauren. He didn't mention Lauren DeLatuna. He usually mentions that one too. Turtle Cadet.
And the Russian.
Susie, and 7 Pounder. Those are the only 4 people left that watch Turtleboy. It's just like
That's who he shits on verbally, but guess who he fucking calls repeatedly at night? Ernie. He don't shit on Ernie like out loud, but he tries to call his ass at like 1 a.m. like he did here.
Does he try to call? I mean, Ernie.
Yeah,
is
he
just
did it too the other day. Him and Tonic or Andrew or whoever tried to call you and Ernie.
They got called too.
Yeah,
I mean it's just like, so he's calling people who work and do things and really are just not thinking about him at all. And just like, well, how dare they not talk about me? And I realize by talking about him right now, I'm kind of doing that, but it's just fun to laugh at dumb people at the end of the show. We do some riffs. You're like, you're not an actual topic of the show. You're like the shit that comes at the end when we're like, let's make fun of dumb people. Like you've reached that segment. Congratulations, Bret. You've become a ratchet that we mock around here. So life is obviously going great for you. You're hiding from me.
When we mention you at all.
Obviously, I could kick your ass if I wanted to, but I'm not going to fucking drive to Maine to do that because I'm a grown up. But we all know that you're too scared. He also said something about like, I didn't go to Worcester one time because I might wander if I went there. Ooh, so scared, Bret. But how are you going to do that, Bret? I mean, I live in Holden.
I was going to say, like, he's going to wander fucking pretty far.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a 12-mile wander, and you got to walk because you don't have a car. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem, dude. Anyway, but some of us watch religiously. There you go. And a lot of people, and keep in mind, it's a blog. Like, people read the blog every day. You could see the page views on the blog itself. I don't hide it. Thousands of people read Turtleboy every fucking day. So, yeah. So people asking about the Senate, and this is a great question because I'm a political junkie. Red wave coming in 17 days, baby. I'm a realist too, and if I think the Republicans are going to lose, I'll tell you that. And I thought that Fetterman was going to win for quite some time, dude. Every fucking day, the polls get better and better, and they matter. Polls do matter, no matter what Trump people tell you, they fucking matter. And I initially thought that this was like a legit toss-up. I thought that we were going to win Nevada, take that seat from Catherine Maisto, but I thought Oz was going to lose because he was losing by like 12 in the polls, and it wasn't looking good for Herschel Walker, and it wasn't looking good at all for Blake Masters in Arizona. And so I'm like, if we lose those 3, we're going to be in the same position, 50-50. I don't feel that way anymore. Fetterman is going to lose. John Fetterman is not going to be a United States Senator. The latest poll that's come out, and people like, see, this is a dumb question from 7 Pounder. Did polls matter in 2016? Yep, they did. They did matter because Hillary Clinton was leading by 2 or 3 points in the polls. Who won the popular vote in 2016? Hillary Clinton. So they like by 2 or 3%. So they were pretty fucking accurate, actually. But unfortunately, the Electoral College, unfortunately for her, the Electoral College is what matters. So I think like John Fetterman is not going to win. He's going to lose Pennsylvania. I think Doug Mastriano is going to lose the governor of Pennsylvania. There's a couple weird things like that. Like Brian Kemp in Georgia is up by like 10 points on Stacey Abrams. He's going to kill her. But the Senate race between Warnock and Walker is a dead heat. I still think that's a toss-up. I hope to God Herschel Walker wins. But to me, he's the least important of them all. If there's one that I would sacrifice, it would be Herschel Walker. I don't really care. I mean, I want him to win, but I want the others more, right? I want Fetterman is the worst. He needs to stay out. That's when we need Oz. But the most important one is Arizona, because Blake Masters is the fucking man. Blake Masters will be in the Senate for like 40 years if he gets in. He could be president someday. He's that important. He's that impressive. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's MAGA. He gets it. God, we need that guy. That is the biggest race, the Arizona Senate race. And he was getting killed earlier. I think he's going to win. You know why I think he's going to win? Because I think Carrie Lake is going to carry him through. Carrie Lake is going to be president too someday. Like, she is fucking awesome. There are some great candidates this time around for the Republicans. And Carrie Lake is going to drive out Republican turnout for that, and they're going to vote for Blake Masters too. They have to. So I'm quite confident. I think that my official predictions right now, I think that the Republicans are going to win all 4 of those seats. Nevada, Georgia, Florida, and Pennsylvania. That would mean we're flipping 3 of them, which means it's 53-47 advantage Republicans. I think, Ron Johnson should hold in Wisconsin. Marco Rubio should hold in Florida. Those should not be close. We're going to win the governor of Wisconsin and Senate. DeSantis is going to win by 15 points. Rubio is going to win by 10. It's good. That's a fucking red wave, folks. What is happening right now is red fucking wave. Like what things I'm saying right now. North Carolina, a state that Obama won. That's not even close. That's not even contention. We're going to win that one. We're going to win, dude, states that shouldn't be close. Washington state as a Senate race that's within like 8 points. That the Democrats should win back by 15 or 20. Oregon governor, Republicans winning that. Republican. Gretchen Whitmer is now in a dead heat now with Tudor Dixon in Michigan for governor. That's when's the last time they had a Republican governor? Like crazy shit. And even in New England, guys, even though no senators will win, like what's his name? Donning Dick Blumenthal, he'll win by like 8 points probably. Bolduc, actually, in New Hampshire. That one was one where I didn't think it was realistic, but he's coming closer in the polls. He's within like 2 points in the polls, which is doable. He's still an underdog. I would still bet on Maggie Hassan in that one, but it's doable. It's doable. And there's a couple house races too. Like in New England, the biggest one is Caroline Leavitt. I apologize. Caroline Leavitt in New Hampshire 1, I believe it is. She's with this douchebag, Chris Pappas, complete douchebag. We need her. And she's 25 years old. She fucking gets it. She's like a little Carrie Lake. She's great. Alan Fung, who's a rhino, former mayor of Cranston, but I'll take it. He's running for the Rhode Island 2nd Congressional District. He's winning by like 7 points. There's another guy. I forget his fucking name. He's black, Republican. Connecticut District 5 running against Johanna Hayes, representing Waterbury and Danbury. He's in a dead heat. Maine's 2nd Congressional District. Jared Golden currently holds that seat. There's a guy named Poliquin, I believe, who used to be the congressman from there, who's in a dead heat with them. So there's a lot of really interesting races. We will be having election night coverage here starting at 7:30 on that day. We're going to have a Turtleboy ticket, man. We're going to have everything lined up. It's going to be a good night of politics. So I'm excited about election day. And Democrats are nervous, and they should be. Because all this shit about January 6th and abortion is not working out, isn't resonating with voters the way that they thought it would. They thought, like, we're just going to talk about January 6th, and you're a threat to democracy. This is what they're trying to sell to people. That, like, if you vote for Republicans and they win, that's a threat to democracy. Like, literally participating in democracy is a threat to democracy to them. Somehow that message is not resonating with voters. It's just not, because when the price of gas is so high and inflation's up and all this shit, and you're having drag queen story hours and people like fuck 128 genders and Ukraine, and like, dude, none of this happened under Trump. And people are like, nope. Red wave, motherfucker. Bury these bitches. And then hopefully the fun starts. I have no confidence the fun will start because Kevin McCarthy is a feckless cunt. And if he has any balls, like the first thing you do with a majority in the House is you impeach Joe Biden and then you impeach Merrick Garland. Those are the first two you go after. Then You disband the FBI. It will no longer exist. We'll teach about it in history books. There was this thing called the FBI that existed for a while, but it became a tool of the Democratic Party, so we had to get rid of it. So that's gone. Steve Bannon's pardoned. Like that's just what we do. We get in there and we start fucking holding trials with them. We have show trials. And the first person to stand trial will be Anthony Fauci. And he will pay for his crimes against our society and profiting off of what he did to our children. He will not, like, you will pay for this. You will go to jail for this. If they have any balls, which I have no faith in Kevin McCarthy, but in a perfect world, that would happen. But anyway, that's my thing. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Thank you, Mrs. Penelope. I appreciate that. Somebody say something about Bolduc there? I didn't even see that. Okay. Oh, God. Somebody sent me a thing about listen to this. What does this one say? Extramarital. Okay.
There's your bulldog coming.
And then we're going to go to another payment receipt that we have. So this is $2,500 that went to the law office of Jason Knight. This is regarding the other adversary that we have right now, Turtleboy Sports, who is essentially trying to criminalize my free speech as it relates to him and his extramarital affairs. We've talked about that before. So I just want to show here, September 22nd, $2,500. I paid that. Well, we were at 7,795 minus. I hate doing math. So
notice how she doesn't say what the $2,500 is going towards. Like, it has to do with Turtleboy. It actually has nothing to do with me. It has to do with a woman who you have a harassment order out against, a full year harassment order. A judge granted that against you because they needed 3 instances of harassment that put her in fear of her life, which it did. She had to move out of her house. You literally fucking stalked her. You sent people there. You took fucking pictures. You posted nudes. You did that to a completely innocent woman. And that's why you need $2,500. Yeah, it's not called Turtleboy Sports anymore.
Minus $2,500.
Extramarital.
So
she loves saying that.
5,000.
She's just mad I didn't give it to her. Let's be honest.
On a calculator, you guys.
Fucking add like that? What the fuck was it?
I was on
2,500 plus 5,000. You couldn't fucking add that in your head.
On my computer, and clearly I'm at Shiz's house. So 7,795.
She's at Shiz's.
Minus 2,500.
Shiz lives in government housing, by the way.
$295.
Her name's Shannon.
Okay, so that's what's left in that. So now I'm going to show you another screen to show you where the rest of that money went. Just, yes, drunken bookkeeping. That's exactly what's happening.
Oh, she's drunk.
Right now.
Okay.
That's like a good idea.
You know what? The universe tried to tell you not to have that second drink by making you dump it everywhere.
I did.
Oh, good.
I edged my margarita glass over a little bit.
She's definitely driving home too. I'll guarantee that.
One of those
That's why she's outside.
And Shiz and the
Probably
waitress
just changed smoking up there too.
And I was like, no, that's fine. That was my old one. And they're like, no, that was the drink you just ordered. And I was like, fuck it, give me another one. I'll pay for both.
Oh, good. She's the raging alcoholic is drinking on the air again, but she's changed now.
It's funny about it though. This doesn't count on my air.
She has a YouTube channel. She's made it in life. Like, dude, she works she answers phones for a property management company. She makes $50,000 a year. She's fucking made it, dude. I used to be a child abuser, but that was like 5 years ago. Like, so get it together. What happened to her girl?
Clem Jesus says if you see the video, she is closing time drunk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I believe it. So it's like, yeah, keep donating to that. I mean, if people want to, it's free country, man. Donate to whoever the fuck you want to. I don't give a shit if you want to waste your money on that. But yeah, I'm hoping Kemp pulls Walker over the finish line. It's like the only reason Kemp is so high is because Stacey Abrams is so unpopular. Raphael Warnock is a lot more popular than Stacey Abrams is. Like, dude, people are not voting for a fat chick like that. I'm sorry. Who like fucking hasn't admitted she lost in 2018, whose most famous picture is her with a bunch of kindergartners wearing masks and then her fat ass sitting up front without one on. Like, that's the only thing people will ever remember about Stacey. Yeah. I think this is like, there's a lot of things like this. So Mike DeWine is the lockdown governor of Ohio. who's winning by 20 points in the polls. 20 fucking points. Ohio is a red state, like a +8 or 9 red state. But DeWine, like the lockdown rhino guy, is up by 20. JD Vance is up by like 3 or 4. But that's because he's a newer name. And he like, I don't know. I guess he just rubs. He's great. He's MAGA. He's fucking awesome. Like JD Vance and Blake Masters will get shit done in the Senate for a long time if we get them both in. JD Vance is going to win. I'm not worried about Ohio at all. So, yes, they'll both win. Kemp also kept businesses open during the pandemic. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think he's done a good job. And like he had, Trump went at him for not basically rigging the Georgia election in his favor. Like fucking turn on. That's why Trump's kind of a piece of shit. Like what he did to Brian Kemp didn't do anything wrong. And you're like fucking attacking him for not throwing the election in your favor. Come on. Anybody else have anything else? Isn't a Republican going to become LA mayor? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to that. I mean, Rudy Giuliani was at one point mayor of New York, which is just crazy to think about. Yeah, he did. I mean, Lynn Wood is a psychopath. He's like talking about executing Mike Pence, and he's the reason, right, that we have Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff, who's even worse for the next. We're going to have John Ossoff for a long time, unfortunately, but hopefully we get rid of Raphael Warnock right now. We'll see. Yeah, it is funny how they don't. He came to Pennsylvania with Fetterman. Oh, I love what Oz is doing right now. He played the long game and just let Fetterman be Fetterman. And eventually, like all he has on Oz is like, he lives in New Jersey. And he's got 10 houses. Okay, well, you can't talk. So there's that. And you're a spoiled trust fund baby pretending to be some blue collar union guy. You've never had a job. You have an illegal immigrant wife who does all the talking for you. And yeah, okay, interesting. I don't know how he was mayor. He wasn't always like this. Laura. He wasn't always like that. He was the 9/11 mayor. He's like the guy that united New York City around 9/11. Like that's crazy. He cleaned up New York. Like New York was a shithole. Like you came into New Jersey through those tunnels. You were just gonna be 25 fucking homeless guys there trying to squeegee your window. He got rid of them all. What? Yeah, right. Where's Bernie? That's a good. He's unpopular too. I get a kick out of the Maggie Hassan ads about how she's Yeah, because bipartisan sells in New Hampshire, so she always has to say that I'm Maggie Hassan and I cross party lines and vote Republican. Bitch, no, you don't. And if Nate Silver's site saying it, he's a liberal too, and you know you are. He did look ridiculous in a suit. It's the first time I've ever seen him in one. Like, dude, how can you parade this guy around? He won a primary. He beat Connor Lamb, a moderate Democrat from Pittsburgh who's in Congress, young, like 40, sharp looking. You pick John Fetterman over him? Whew. Yikes. They did this to themselves with these candidates, man. They did this to themselves. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions? Matt McCarthy gets it, man. It's kind of like a comment here. Hassan is lucky Sununu was winning in polls against their hypothetical polls a year ago. And that's why I hate Sununu. First of all, I think he's a rhino waste of space. But at least if he's in the Senate, he's somewhat useful. But if you're just going to stay the governor of New Hampshire, I don't live in New Hampshire, so what good is that for me? I'd rather have him in the Senate. And he decided not to run, and that increased Hassan's chances of winning if that happened, because he definitely would have won. The Eagles, there's so many good Fetterman quotes. So many good. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, I do hope. That's a good point about California there. Hope it falls into the ocean. Maybe with global warming, but unfortunately, that's not actually a thing. So, yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll call it a night. Deb, thank you for joining us as always.
Anytime, my pleasure.
Say goodbye. Bye, everybody, and thank you all for the donos. I appreciate it, the Turtle Chats, and we will see you guys all for the next episode of Turtle Live on Tuesday nights. Peace, Turtle Riders.
Have a good night, everyone.